It's opening day in Major League Baseball, and the Brewers started things off on a high note.
3 balls, 2 strikes on Mydrov. Mizorowski, the pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Blew a fastball by him at 99 for his 11th strikeout of the afternoon.
Brewers Radio Network on the call. You heard it. Jacob Mizorowski with 11 strikeouts as the Brewers routed the White Sox 14-2. The Mets took down the Pirates 11-7. Paul Skeens didn't even make it out of the first inning, allowing 5 runs on just 37 pitches. While the Nationals beat the Cubs 10-4, the Orioles edged the Twins 2-1. The Red Sox blanked the Reds 3-0. Right now, the Angels have a 3-0 lead over the Astros. It is the top of the 9th inning. Mike Trout did homer in that one. The Cardinals are up on the Rays 9-7, bottom of the 8th inning. And the Phillies just defeated the Rangers 5-3 at home. I'm Ansi Bolaños.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack, dack,
Enter, brother.
Can you hear me?
This is the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Rob Parker.
See, that's what did I say?
Keith McPherson.
Did he mic?
You got me? You hear me?
Can't hear us.
Okay, they hear me. I guess you got to hit on your side. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Hello, live from New York City. Yeah.
All right.
We're in there.
All right, with that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours, no matter how you listen in. Thank you, LeBron. Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83.
Wow.
And now, live on YouTube. Thank you, Bill.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Do it! That's right. Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Keith McPherson.
Count it.
That's right. And we are indeed the Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. And guess what? You'll need our telephone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet. At least when people are still awake. Sorry about that, Ben. That's right. Write it down, commit it to memory, 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there, it's 877-996-6369 for people who can't figure out the letters and the numbers.
It's not trigonometry.
And if you hear feedback on the line at your own fault, it means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And if you call in here and have a problem with what we say to you, tough.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem, turn off your station.
And with all that said, remember, all right, let's go. Big show. Let me welcome in my co-host, filling in for Kelvin Washington. His name is Keith McPherson, and we are both in NYC in New York City, and it's hot as hell here. What's up, Keith?
Third time's a charm. Good to be back with you. You brought the warm weather from the west side, and you literally were at the game last night, but not just L.A. You brought the warm weather to the city. So let's keep it hot. Let's keep it rolling. Let's heat it up tonight.
No doubt. I was in San Francisco. People know I wasn't on the show last night for opening day. Yankees win 7-0. And baseball season's underway. We had a ton of games today. We got more tomorrow. So baseball season is here. And I should say for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by a free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And Keith, we should welcome in the Odd Couple crew because we wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without them. Rob G is our producer. Blood Mexican. Alex is our engineer.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Monty Bolaños is at the anchor desk. She'll keep us updated throughout the program. And Sagar is our social media guru in for Elijah. So we are in full effect, a lot to get to. And of course, Keith and I are both big baseball guys. So it's great that we're doing a show together as the start of the baseball season goes. And Rob G, obviously I was in San Francisco. I couldn't watch the game, but a lot was made of Barry Bonds. I know Keith was able to watch it, but just tell us what happened as this historic game, one game only, and it was on Netflix, a 5 o'clock start out in San Francisco, but there was a lot talked about that game.
Yeah, mixed reviews, to put it lightly, for Netflix's inaugural MLB broadcast, MLB opening night. Yankees roll over the Giants. But most people, if you're on social media, were not fans of what they saw from Netflix. More specifically, The Athletic's Andrew Marchand, Sports Illustrated's Jimmy Traina, and so many others were so upset about it that they penned feature-length articles discussing everything they didn't like about the broadcast. And it boiled down to 4 things. Number 1, not enough focus on the actual game. There was a lot of, promotion of Netflix products, the WWE, and so on and so forth. Number 2.
I guess when you spend all that money, you know what I mean, for that. They're trying to get
spent $50 million for that first game. Go on.
Right. Number 2, they missed the first ABS challenge because they're doing an in-game interview of a manager. That was something that rubbed people the wrong way. Number 3.
That's bad.
That's historic.
That's historic.
The softball interview with Rob Manfred. They only asked him 4 questions. Here are the questions. What was your first opening day? When did you fall in love with baseball? Can we get a 10-run rule? And isn't ABS great? Nothing about the lockout, nothing about any controversy surrounding baseball. But
and as non-reporters, that's got to be, before we even get to the baseball, like, what are your feelings? Baseball fans, this could be, the end of the season. You just got to get it out of the way, and then you could get into the pleasantries. I'm sorry.
And last but not least, the involvement of Barry Bonds. Now, most people really enjoyed Barry Bonds, what he was bringing to the table, his conversation. He seemed to be the star of the night for the broadcast. What people didn't like, though, was that Netflix went out of their way, it felt like, to glorify Barry Bonds' 73 home run season. In fact, they had 73 kayaks in McCovey Cove in honor of Barry Bonds' historic home run march. So, guys, I got a question for you. I know, Rob, you didn't get to see it, but just in general, do you have an issue with Netflix and Major League Baseball as a whole celebrating Barry Bonds' 73, we'll call it controversial, home runs?
I'm going to say that, no, I do not. As you know, I'm a baseball Hall of Fame voter, Keith, and I voted for Barry Bonds all 10 years, and it's really simple. I'm not naive. I'm not dumb. Do I think Barry Bonds was involved in the juice, steroids, and the controversy? Absolutely, I do. I think a lot of players were during that time. Here's where I draw the line. The people I don't vote for are the people who were busted and suspended by the league.
Yeah.
The people I vote for, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, they never got busted. They never tested positive. And guess what? Their records count. All their records count. Barry Bonds is a home run king. You could go and say, oh, it's Hank. No, it's not. When you open up that record book in baseball,
it's there.
It's there. 73 home runs in a season, and he has the most home runs of any player ever. So you can go ahead and play that game and act like what he did, he didn't do. But we all watched it. So if it counts for baseball, if it counts in the record books, no one's saying, let's take away a couple of those Red Sox World Series because Big Papi and Manny Ramirez, right?
I like
on the
what you
juice.
did right there.
Right,
I like what you did right
we
there.
didn't take we're not taking those away, right? But you want to take away from Bonds. So I'm cool with it. And I know we're going to be in a minority. A lot of people aren't feeling it, but if they count in the record books, he's a home run champ. Why shouldn't you talk about it?
We're in the future now. The game was on Netflix. Like, you're logging into your Netflix account to start the baseball season. We're also in the future now where we don't care. The younger generation, we don't care that he used steroids. We're over it. We got it. The steroid injection didn't hit 73 home runs. He did. Maybe Netflix has a documentary on Barry Bonds to educate the younger generation. Maybe they should do that because Barry was winning MVPs before that. He was nice before that.
In Pittsburgh.
So it's like, man, don't try to discredit this guy. This guy is arguably the greatest of all time, depending on who you ask.
If you talk to most players, they do say he's the greatest player.
Aaron Judge says that he doesn't have the real record Barry Bonds. He grew up a Barry Bonds Giants fan. Aaron Judge said, I don't have the real record. I watched Barry do it.
He's from the Bay Area.
He's from there.
All right.
So why would Netflix use that opportunity to act like this guy has put a stain on the game and talk about him in a negative way? What we're running into is all of these curmudgeon bums. What we're running into is these baseball nerds that are holier than thou. They want to complain about the game. They want to complain about the broadcast. They're just happy baseball's back and don't know how to show it. Relax. Netflix and chill. I enjoyed it last night. I mean, obviously I'm a Yankee fan, so.
Right. But here's the other thing, too. Bonds was working as a batting coach in the league. Like
with the Marlins.
He's not
exiled.
Exiled. Mark McGwire had a job. He was with the Cardinals, and I think the Dodgers.
Everybody loves A-Rod now. He had a whole brand refresh.
It's a face of baseball on television.
On Fox.
At one time, he was on
with
Fox
Ortiz
and ESPN. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm not going to sit here and knock Netflix. The game was in San Francisco. You used Barry as an analyst, right, on the desk. I don't know how you get around it. How do you act like none of that happened? It would be like opening day in Cincinnati and not mentioning Pete Rose. You would mention him, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
You would mention
R.I.P., especially after he passed. And you're in his house. That's the house. Some of the most famous moments in that place is watching that ball going to McCovey Cove. I like that they did the whole 73. And what do you expect? Like I said, they paid $50 million for that product placement, for that advertisement. It was Netflix's first game. Some of y'all were expecting it to be ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. ESPN gave up Sunday Night Baseball. They don't want it anymore. We are in the future. This is what you get when a streaming platform takes on the challenge of opening night. They probably have people that aren't really baseball people helicoptering in with the creative. I loved it. I thought it was great. Some of y'all got to come off your high horse. Some of y'all got to just chill with your holier-than-thou traditional baseball stuff. He cheated. He's a steroid user. Yeah, but he's a legend. He's a GOAT, and you're in the house that Barry built. So.
And here's the only thing that I wish, and like again, I was at the game, which was a beautiful night in San Francisco. Have you been to that park yet?
No, I had a chance to go a couple years ago. I regret not going.
Let me tell you something. You're going to get there. That is...
And the drone footage was amazing. You didn't see that, but I'm like, I never saw the stadium in that capacity. Like, the drone footage flying in, I'm like, this is high production.
It was three... it's in my top three. And I look at Dodger Stadium, Wrigley Field, and Fenway.
Okay.
In a different league, like
those aren't. I thought that was your top three.
No. Those are like the old time. I don't put them in with the rest because you can't really do that.
Right. Cathedrals.
Like those are different, right? And even the old Yankee Stadium would have been in that, not the new one. But my three favorite parks would be Oracle, which I call Pac Bell when it first opened. Okay. Pittsburgh PNC Park, beautiful.
Been there, yeah.
38,000 seats, beautiful view of Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And Camden Yards in Baltimore, which was a new retro, smaller ballpark, great
They're making
seats.
that place
Am
better.
I right?
Yeah.
So those are my three, and those are all recently built. And that doesn't mean that the park in San Diego, Petco's not beautiful. There's a lot of great baseball stadiums.
Sure.
But those three would be mine. So I get why they included Bonds. It only made sense if you're going to San Francisco. And if they want to broadcast, if they wanted to dive into it, the only thing I would ask Barry Bonds, yes, you didn't get in by the writers for 10 years. You came close your last year, right? It was just short. But you also had two chances where former players could have voted for you. And Keith, they didn't vote for him. So that would have been rather than rehashing everything, how bummed out are you that the two chances you had with former players who played the game, they know what it takes, did not vote you.
I think he's at peace with it because
you got to be
because Barry Bonds' head is the size of the whole ballpark, and when they did Field of Dreams last year, Netflix will have Field of Dreams this year. They had Barry Bonds.
They're going back to the
who's playing in this year?
It's in Iowa.
It's the Twins and Phillies, I believe, this year.
But
they're going back to Iowa. But Netflix will have the coverage, and I guarantee you they will learn from this first opening night and tweak some things and change some things. But I remember Barry Bonds, they asked Barry, like, what would you do on the mound against this guy? And he said, gone. Jeter asked him or something. He was like, gone, Jeter? Like, they basically, like, interview Barry, and he talks as if he's the greatest of all time. So I don't think that he's worried about the Hall of Fame at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a part of it. I mean, all those guys, I voted for all of them. I mean, I did.
Oh, excuse me. It wasn't Field of Dreams. It was actually the
home run derby.
No, it was the game in Alabama at the Negro League Stadium.
Okay, yeah, I was there for that. I covered that as well.
And you'd be next time, send me a ticket, send me some type of credential. I'm trying to go.
You know I was there. That was awesome.
Yeah, in Birmingham,
it really was.
I think.
In Birmingham, and if you remember, Willie Mays died like 2 days before that,
yes.
And that was supposed to be like for him where he grew up down there, and it was really something. I was really, really impressed by the way that thing was put on. All right, we want to hear from you. Keith and I are in agreement here on The Odd Couple. I know that doesn't happen often, but maybe you don't feel good about it. All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Did you have a problem with Netflix celebrating their celebration, I should say, of Barry Bonds' 73 home run season? We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is The Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio on a TV theme song Thursday. Stick and stay.
For some of the best theme songs in the US of A.
Yeah, it's a big week for us here at Fox because they were killing the game when it came to the WBC ratings. The 2026 WBC final, where Team USA came up small once again, had a robust, to quote Rob Parker, 10.78 million viewers. Most watched WBC telecast on any network ever. All right, and just for some context, in case you're like, hey, 10.8, it's not a big number. I've heard numbers bigger than that. For context, guys, the 2025 NBA Finals average viewership, 10.2 million viewers. So, Rob, I ask you this. With these ratings coming out for the WBC, the championship game specifically, does this cement the fact that baseball is now the number 2 sport in America, not basketball?
I'm going to say this first. Mm-hmm. I don't think it ever wasn't. The NFL, we know where that fits in.
Yeah.
Baseball, no sport can compete because it's only once a week. It's just totally different. And even the people who watch, they don't care about the teams that they're watching. They might have a player or two on their fantasy. So that changes. And the other part is the gambling aspect that you cannot ignore. Okay, football used to be, Kelvin, on ABC for Monday Night Football for a long time. Do you know why it moved off of Monday Night Football on the network? Wasn't doing well. It was prior to fantasy.
Prior to
you know what I mean?
Fantasy
And the and football. So it's in a different league. Baseball, these numbers to me are significant, and part of it is, you had about 20 or 25 Hall of Famers retire, right? Mm-hmm. A-Rod, Big Papi, Bonds, Poole. Am I right? Like 25. Mm-hmm. Like Hall of Famers, guys who have played a long time. So there was a lull. Then the game got boring because it was home runs or strikeouts. I'll be the first one to tell you. It was just brutal, right? No base running, no hits, the shift. Guy hit a bullet up the middle, and there's the shortstop right up behind second base, right? Take a hit away. All that. And now you look, and as you see numbers decreasing for sports leagues, Kelvin, on television, baseball has bucked the trend. Baseball's numbers continue to grow, and probably the most promising is the social media numbers, right? Because that's your future. That's your young people. So those numbers have continued to grow as well. But these numbers here are pretty shocking for me, even for me. You know, I'm okay with the WBC, but I'm not crazy, right? I'm not all the way crazy. These numbers, Kelvin, for an exhibition in March, these aren't ratings counting Venezuela, the Dominican Republic. You're not counting any other nations. We talked about the World Series numbers that were gigantic without covering Canada. Canada's numbers didn't count. So all I'm saying is, while some leagues complain, and you could go and look it up for yourself, and you've heard Adam Silver talk about, the World Series, the presidential election, this, that. Even this year, Kelvin, NBA Saturday night primetime games, down 20%. Sunday's doing way better. They're up, but they're down 20% Saturday night. So I look at baseball, I look at their attendance numbers, 73 million tickets sold, more than all the other leagues combined. And probably the best sign is that the numbers, despite, television real well, most things going down as far as viewership. You know that? National news programs, look at all the talk shows, right, that they're canceling. Like, the numbers are not really good for television. But live sports and national news are what moves the needles now, Kelvin. And baseball is doing really well. Those numbers are ridiculous.
That's great for baseball. It's been, and I've had the honor of doing the show with you now for 2 baseball seasons, and we've sat up here, we've marveled, we've enjoyed. In my first go at it, what did we get? We got Yankees Dodgers for the first time since '81. So if you're the league,
and we're not new to the party because we talk it. You know what I mean?
Oh, without a doubt. And so what I'm going to do on my portion of this segment, Rob, I'm going to just echo what you said, but the NBA version, in that everything you said is factual for MLB. I think if you're the NBA, you take note of that, right?
It is The Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday here on The Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington. We're live from New York. I know, I was in San Francisco, now New York, and of course I wouldn't miss the show. And be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel. We talk about it all the time. We appreciate the people who have subscribed. You can subscribe too. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, that's Odd Couple FSR. And be sure to hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up icon and comment away. Let us know if you're enjoying the show. And check it out on YouTube. You can watch us live right now. Just go to Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. All right, our telephone number, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Did you have a problem with Netflix glorifying Barry Bonds' 73 home run season? Of course, tainted to the juice, didn't make the Hall of Fame. Where are you on this? Or you were cool with it? Keith and I are both on the same page here. It is what it is. His records stand. I don't know how you take it away from anybody, and that's really where I'm at. But let's go and hear what the people have to say. Let's start with Trip in Vegas. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Trip?
Hey, good afternoon. I listen all the time. I don't always call in. You guys are great.
Appreciate that. I really, we don't take that for granted. Thank you.
No, I just love the banter. So it reminds me talking with my boys. So, yes. I don't understand. At a time in baseball when everything was legal, they act like he did, like you said, McGuire, Clemens did something illegal, and then Bonds, no, he's my favorite player of all time. He could be the greatest baseball player of all time. What people don't understand, he might have seen one pitch in 9 innings, and he still hit it out. People were afraid of him. I don't know what to say.
No. Thank you, Trip.
Say anything wrong. And didn't Major League Baseball have
Is your mic? How'd your mic get off? You got that?
My MacBook hit the button. Didn't Major League Baseball profit off of Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, that home run chase?
Without it, baseball, we don't know where it would have been.
The
that
lockout.
Home run, it saved baseball. You remember, fans were down on baseball after the whole lockout and everything, and then this home run chase. I remember ESPN cutting into everything that they were brought. It didn't matter what was on. When those guys came out, they put them on.
Now, how dare you talk about 73 home runs from Barry Bonds because he used steroids? People got to stop. Respect this man. He hit those balls out. He was one of the most feared hitters, one of the sweetest swings. I'm a younger generation guy. I'm a millennial. I don't think any of us look at Barry Bonds like some type of criminal. I had no problem with it, but I get it. In the League of Shadows, some people pick and choose who is who and what is right and what is wrong.
No, there's no doubt. 877-99 on Fox. Johnny in Virginia, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio on a TV theme song Thursday. What's up, Johnny?
Hey, welcome back, Rob, and hey, Keith. Great job.
Thank you.
Hey. So 2 things. One, opening day is about the story of the game. And you don't read a book. You don't read the Bible and rip out Ephesians because you don't like that chapter. Barry Bonds is a huge part of the history of the league. And the second point is, not everyone that watches Netflix watches a lot of baseball. This is good for the league. It's the history of the league. They get to, folks who don't watch the game get to figure out something about the 73-year season and why there's controversy around that. It only grows the lore of the league. So people should be excited that we're talking about baseball and the history of baseball. And that's thanks to Netflix. And by the way, all this great viewership that you're seeing from the WBC and for the MLB over the last couple of years, that is because of streaming and the growth that they see in that market. So I think it's good. And if you're not telling the story, then you don't have anything to talk about.
There you go. Yep. All right, Johnny, appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, coming up next, former Major League All-Star infielder, outfielder, Bip Roberts joins us here on the Odd Couple. Talk some baseball on this opening day, part 2. But first, let's get you caught up with Monsi Bolaños. Monsi, how are you? Say hello to Keith.
Hi, Keith. Hi, Rob. How's New York?
Hey, girl. Hey.
How's the weather? Good?
In New York?
Yeah.
Very, very nice. It's hot.
Really? Okay, good. Because it was just cold not long ago. My friend lives in New York. So hope you guys are having a good day on this opening day of baseball. What an exciting day. Right now, there is one game going on in baseball. Rays and Cardinals. St. Louis is up right now 9-7, top of the 9th inning. They also have the bases loaded. The Tigers defeated the Padres already 8-2. Tarek Skubal pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 hits and 0 runs. Kyle Schwarber course, started things off for the Phillies with a 2-run shot, and the Phillies went on to beat the Rangers 5-3. Also, Christopher Sanchez struck out 10 in 6 shutout innings. The Angels shut out the Astros 3-0. Mike Trout did hit a home run on opening day. The Brewers took down the White Sox earlier today 14-2. Jacob Mizorowski, he struck out 11 in 5 innings. The Mets took down the Pirates 11-7, and ace Paul Skeens didn't even make it out of the first inning. He allowed 5 runs on 37 pitches, even though I don't think it was his fault. The Nationals beat the Cubs 10-4. The Orioles edged the Twins 2-1. The Red Sox blanked the Reds 3-0. Garrett Crochet threw 6 shutout innings in today's opening day. And of course, still to come, the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers and the Guardians and the Mariners. But let's check in on the Sweet 16 action that's happening in the men's NCAA tournament with about 10 minutes to go in the first half. It's a close one between 11 seed Texas and 2 seed Purdue. Purdue is up right now 22-21. When it comes to the NBA, late in the first quarter where the Hornets lead the Knicks 26-22. LaMelo Ball, 10 points for the Hornets. Also late in the first quarter where the Pistons are losing at home to the Pelicans 21-18. And right now the Magic lead the Kings 25-22. And before I send it back to you guys, here is a quick word from Global Gaming. All right, back to the Odd Couple.
Thank you, Monty. It is the Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson filling in for Kelvin Washington. Keith and I will be doing the show today, tonight, and tomorrow night as well here from New York. Kelvin and I will be back in full effect on Monday. Now let's welcome in former infielder, outfielder, with a lifetime batting average of .294, Leon Bip Roberts. Nobody calls him Leon. Bip Roberts broke in with the Padres. I covered him in Cincinnati, and just an all-time great guy and former All-Star from 1992. Hey, Bip, what's happening? Say hi to Keith. How are you?
Hey, Rob. How you doing? Hi, Keith. How are you, sir?
Good. Welcome.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Awesome. Bip, I was... This year marks my 40th year of covering Major League Baseball. Is that not crazy? And I covered you in 92 in Cincinnati. That seems like a gazillion years ago.
Hey, man, Rob, you getting old, bro. I'm sorry, man. I mean, you aging on your own, bro, because I got off that ship a long time ago.
I hear you. Let's start here with baseball. And, yesterday was a standalone game on Netflix. Yeah. Some people didn't like it, the whole idea that, it's on the streaming service, everybody can't get it, and baseball made a ton of money off of it. But this is new. What I did like, whether people like Netflix or not, Bip, was the idea that for one night, baseball was standing by itself, just one game to focus in on, and I like the whole idea of making that a special day. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that, and here in the Bay Area, it was the Giants, so they got to stand alone. Normally, the Giants would be competing with the A's here in the Bay, but the A's are gone now, so they're standing alone, and now they're really building their fan base. So they got a chance to stand alone against one of the great teams of all time, or should I say one of the great organizations of all time, being the Yankees, And so just to see that one game on, I think it captured all of the attention that baseball really needs to really get off to a good start. Now, it was on Netflix, something that's different than Yes or the other channels that it could be, Fox or whatever. So it was a little different when it comes to the broadcast, which, that was, that's left up for discussion. But just the fact that, you were able to see baseball on a day when everybody around the world could watch. And I think that's what's big about baseball, is really trying to get into homes that normally don't have a chance to watch the game. So people who are around the world watching the Yankees are saying, who are these guys? But then now they're starting to become household names because Aaron Judge was on that team. And the Giants, who they are and the history they have, they're in the ballpark now. Willie Mays and Willie McCovey, and you go back to the history of the Giants. But just to have baseball in homes around the world where they don't even speak English, but they were watching, that just brings the eyes to baseball that's really needed at this time and date.
Yeah, I got to ask you about the health of the game. How do you feel about the state of baseball? A lot of people still say that baseball is dying. Baseball is not that popular.
The numbers don't bear that out.
Yeah, but it's not the NFL. It's not the NBA. But coming off the World Baseball Classic and what we saw last night on Netflix, how do you feel about the health of the game in 2026?
Man, I like where it is, man. And I like the fact that the WBC was really something that really brought excitement to the game. You know, when I listened to Dusty Baker, who was coaching the Nicaragua team, and he said, man, I can't believe how much fun they were having. You know, it was a thing where we take baseball too serious over here. It's a fun game. It's a game of chess, and every pitch has excitement to it. Every pitch has action because you don't know what's going to happen. It's the ultimate game to where it comes to you don't know what's going to happen from pitch to pitch. You know, football, hey, if the team is running to the left, they'll continue to run to the left. If basketball, somebody's hot, they give him the ball all the time. But in baseball, remember, it's controlled by the pitcher. It's the defense always has the ball. The offense is always trying to figure out a way to do some damage to the guy out there on the mound. So I just like where it is. It's a lot of young, great players out there right now. Yeah, the Dodgers are a dominant team, but they're a dominant team because they know how to play baseball. And everybody else needs to catch up.
Bip, I'm with you. There's nothing but young stars all over the game. I mean, it's incredible when you look at these teams and these guys. But I do want to ask you about two players. Bip Roberts, former Major League infielder and outfielder, All-Star in 1992. I want to ask you about Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. And it's hard to not look at those two guys and think they have really the odds-on favorite of winning the MVP every year. I mean, Judge beat out a guy who hit 60 home runs last year. You know how hard that is to win an MVP? Am I right, Bip, when somebody hits 60 home runs?
A catcher, too?
Right.
And a switch-hitting catcher?
Tell me, am I right? I'm right.
That batting title. He won the batting title, too.
And the batting, exactly. I mean, wow, man. I mean, you have to be a special talent to beat out a guy who put up those type of numbers and all record numbers for a catcher. You see, and so what Aaron Judge is doing is so special because you expect it, and then he delivers it. I don't know if people expected that from Cal last year, but you got that. You see what I'm saying? So it's always difficult when you're to hunt it. When you're hunting, it's different. But when you're to hunt it, like Aaron Judge has been these last few years, it's really difficult to do what he's doing. You could pitch around him. He could have a bad season where it's not an Aaron Judge season and not win the MVP. But each year he's putting up these numbers that you just can't argue with. I mean, this is something that we're seeing right now that we want to see as fans. Guy hitting for average, guy hitting for power, a guy that plays every day, a guy that understands baseball and is a great leader, a mentor to those young kids. I mean, he's really stepped up as the captain of the New York Yankees, and you have to be special to wear that C on that jersey.
No doubt. And Shohei, we know that, a unicorn, pitches, hits, and every year, unless he has an awful year in something, I don't know how people are going to look at him and not think he's the MVP of the National League every year.
Man, I have been arguing with my uncles because they're old school. They're like in their late 70s and 80s, and they just didn't believe how good he really is. And I had to argue with them and say, name one player that can get on the mound, throw 101, and then turn around and hit a ball 455 feet.
Right.
Consistently, and steal bases, and each and every day find a way in the leadoff spot. And he's not... Wait a minute, in the leadoff spot, to steal bags and hit home runs and to have a high average. Last year, average wasn't as high as it could have been, but I just had to continue to argue with them that he's legit. He's the best player in baseball. No one else can do what he does. He's a unicorn, and I haven't seen many. People keep saying we're going to see more of that. Well, I haven't seen more of that. I see one guy when it comes to hitting and pitching, and as I watched him the other day on the mound at spring training before the season started, I mean, he seemed like he struck out every guy, and he was pinpoint accurate. I have never seen him this pinpoint accurate going into a season. So, Rob, I'm with you. It's going to be very difficult to knock him off the mound.
You used the great phrase for Ohtani, he's a unicorn. He also has a unicorn contract. right? I call the Dodgers the Los Angeles deferrals. How do you feel about the loophole that they have? All these deferred contracts, they got billions of dollars, all that money that they spent.
They're going to have to pay up, but it is a loophole.
It is a loophole right now because they can stack the deck. How do you feel about them going for a three-peat? It will be historic if they could do so. Do you feel like that's okay, or do you feel like they got to be stopped?
Well, whether I think it's okay or not, I think when the season is over, a lot of people are going to say it's not okay. And that may be the beginning of the work stoppage. That's a part of it that could happen along with salary cap. But I just think that when you have smart people in the front office, they always find a way. They find a way to win. The Dodgers are just one of those organizations that's 2 steps ahead of everybody else. Yeah, they have the money, but they also have the intelligence at the top to understand what type of players they're looking for and how they fit in. And if they don't fit in, they don't go after them. You don't see them looking for to bring everybody to the Dodgers. It's just a select few. And they have to pay that select few what the market commands they pay them. And so they figured out a way to, as you said, they figured out the loophole. In everything that you're involved in, there's always a loophole to get around certain I would say, things that other people can't get around. You know, in football, they found this way of giving people bonuses and saying, hey, that's a part of the salary cap. We're giving them their bonuses, but it doesn't affect the overall numbers. And in basketball, it's the same way. So the Dodgers have figured it out, but one step ahead of everybody else, they're finding the right players to actually exercise that loophole through.
All right. Hey, Bip, man, appreciate it. Thanks for your insight. And Bip Roberts, of course, former Major League infielder, outfielder, broadcaster for the A's. And Bip, we appreciate you, my man. Thank you.
Hey, man, thank you, brothers, for having me. Appreciate it.
Yep. All right. Coming up on The Odd Couple, we'll do a little Shekel City. We'll get into that. Some games, talk about that. And also the play of the day. And then we'll talk about the best teams and players in the Sweet 16 as the NCAA tournament rolls on. It is The Odd Couple on the TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson, in for Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
For a little Shekel City time in the US of A.
Eugenio Suarez, who had the game-winning hit there in the 9th inning, spoke to Fox after the game. And just take a listen to hear what he said about what it meant to him.
What made this team so special? The union. We are together the whole time. We're not just teammates. We are family. This team is awesome. We are family here. That's why we play with passion, with love, because we feel the jersey. We feel our country in front of us. That's why this is a lot for us as players, as a people, as a human beings, and as a Venezuela. Now we are the champions.
Yeah. Rob G, I mean, Rob and I were talking about this yesterday, and I meant to bring it up to you. We were saying, win or lose, America, specifically here in the States, if America won, what would be the lasting thing? I gave it 24-36. Did it last 8 hours here?
People got mad that they lost and they gave their venom this morning. I heard all of that stuff.
I mean,
but I'm going to say this, and I'm Venezuela, Miguel Cabrera, who I know and covered in Detroit for a long time, and for the people there, I'm not trying to poo-poo it, but I gotta. Can I? Is this on? I'm gonna call.
Sounds like some major poo-poo.
I'm gonna call BS on this. I am. And here's why I'm calling BS on this. All those guys, they didn't grow up with no WBC. They have no history. It's only been around for 20 years. It would be different if there was some long-standing history and their country could never push through. It's only been around for 20 years. You could barely eat a cup of coffee and a sweet roll. That's how long it's been around. Like, come on. You're making it like there's some unbelievable. Wow, this is the Olympics in Athens, Greece. And, like, really? A spring training event?
This is.
Dude, stop it. Venezuela. Really?
Yes, really,
This
Rob.
is going to make you cry. Boo-hoo. Oh, my God. I can't believe we won. We're family. No. What about all the other nations that played? They're not family? Only you, because you won. And if you lost, you would have walked off just like they did at the Dominican Republic. Come on now. Congratulations. Mazel tov. I hope you enjoyed it. But to build this up and act like it's the greatest thing in the world and everybody's crying like a baby, boo-hoo, can we get a commercial for Kleenex? How do you say Kleenex in Spanish? What are you doing?
This is what I keep trying to tell you, Rob.
It ain't that big.
It's only that big to them.
It's just been around this long. Come on, Kelvin.
I'm telling you why.
There's
right
no
now,
history
look at
for
this.
this.
We're looking right now. It's the Oklahoma City, and it says Thunder above their jersey. But for when it says Venezuela, when it says Dominican Republic, when it says Japan, it matters to them. It's life or death to them. To the fans, they take it super seriously.
There's no history. There's nothing.
That's where you're wrong.
No, I'm not.
It's not the WBC history. It's the history of the country. And it can be basketball, pickleball. It don't matter.
No,
when their country is across
these
it, that's how they
players,
feel.
How can this be special when they were kids? There was none of this. They can't be that special.
It's because I'm playing baseball with my friends, with my countrymen, and we're doing this for our country. That anytime they wear a jersey that has their country name on it.
It's an exhibition happening during spring training instead of spring training games, and it heightens it. I get that. I'm not trying to poo-poo the whole thing.
You're heavily poo-pooing it. Matter of fact, where are the dude wipes? That's how much poo-poo is going on. Get this man some dude wipes.
But really, like a thing that's been around like 20 years.
I'm going to tell you why.
No history.
All jokes, I'm going to tell you why, Rob.
I find it to be mind-boggling. I find it mind-boggling.
Here's why. When they have an opportunity to win, Venezuela, America went and kidnapped their president. Okay, just took them. They're going through things right now in Cuba. They don't have any power. The entire country doesn't have power. So when countries, these smaller countries that are going through things like that, the game becomes much bigger than baseball for them. So for them, we just brought some solace, some passion, something to be happy about, to cheer about to our entire country. We're divided right now. Right now we got Golden State versus Boston. We got the Thunder versus the Brooklyn Nets. This is one singular thing where the entire country came together. We persevered. We won. And I feel you. It's just the WBC to us because we got Major League Baseball starting. Look at my watch. Exactly a week from today. But for them, this is life or death.
Did you hear Derek Jeter?
What did Derek Jeter say?
Derek Jeter said, the people who are saying that this is bigger than the World Series obviously had never played in the World Series or won a World Series. And his sentiment.
Kike Hernandez has played in multiple and said the same thing. He's played in 5 World Series.
He ain't lead nobody. How many at-bats he got in those 5 World Series? Stop it with Kike.
Don't act like Kike ain't got some huge moments in the postseason.
All I'm saying is, are you kidding me that this thing has been around for a cup of coffee and a sweet roll, and now,
and by the way, 2
it's
decades is kind of long. You got to
20
Are
years
you into video games, celebrities, or
No,
just
it
a good
ain't.
time? The Global Gaming League is a video game league with celebrity-owned teams from T-Pain to Neo, competing in everything from Call of Duty to Tetris. Sign up and join the league now at globalgamingleague.com.
It is the Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Were you a Batman fan? The old campy one that came on in reruns, Keith?
Adam West.
Yeah, that one. The dumb one.
I would catch it on like Nick at Night.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to hold you. That's before my time.
No, it is.
I can't get
that's
jiggy
from the
with
60s.
That. I watched Batman Adventures, Batman Beyond.
No, I get it.
The cartoons.
Right. No, I get it. I mean, I'm just asking. That was on reruns when I was a kid, this Batman. So that can't be reruns for you.
Right.
Since I'm about double your age or something like that. Close. Anyway, it is the Odd Couple. And guess what? It is now time for the Tire Rack play of the day. Let's do it.
2-2 the count. Pitch to Alvarez, hit in the air to deep left field. Forget it. This one sails into the second deck behind the 358 mark. A home run to left field for Alvarez as he goes back-to-back with Bench. And the Mets now lead 11-5.
And that's Howie Rose, the Mets radio play-by-play guy. This is his last year, Keith. People in New York a little gray about this being Howie Rose's last year, brought to you by, that was a Mets radio network here in New York. And let me also say the play of the day is brought to you by Tire Rack for over 40 years. Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive, ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation, TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. All right, now it's time for Shekel City.
Welcome to Shekel City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
Did I knew that? You know what? I was off yesterday, but I don't have my numbers. All right, don't be mad at me. I don't have my numbers from the day before, but I think I was 2-1. I'm not going to put it on the record. I think I was 2-1. But anyway, let's go without the numbers tonight, and I will add it up, I promise, and get you an accurate. But I've been rolling, Keith. I'm like 31 games over 500 against the spread.
Keep it going.
Yeah, we got to do that. All right, here we go tonight. A couple NBA games we've already started. Sacramento, I have plus 18.5 in Orlando taking on the Magic. I got the Knicks plus 2.5. They're in Carolina taking on, in Charlotte taking on the Hornets. And I got the Pelicans plus 4.5 in Detroit. So Pelicans plus 4.5, Knicks plus 2.5, and the Sacramento Kings plus 18.5. And remember, Keith, I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on. All right, the NCAA tournament, Sweet 16. What do you got on that? I mean, teams you want to see?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's the teams that pay for their players. It's the teams that you recognize, the teams that you expect to be there, some of the head coaching names that you expect to be there.
Who
some
did you
of the top
pick
players.
to win before this tournament?
Arizona.
That's what I did. And I never felt good about picking the obvious. You know what I mean? I really don't, because, you know, like
for
they
years.
were good. Yeah, they were good. They were really good this year from the start.
Yeah, but for years it was always like you got to pick a couple upsets. And then last year was the year where NIL killed the Cinderella. But then we saw a couple upsets in the first round, like High Point, this year, even like VCU. I guess Texas wasn't upset, but we're watching Texas, Purdue in here right now. Sean Miller, that's one of those names as a head coach that's made it to the round of 16. What I'm expecting is just good basketball at this point, because these players are making money. These programs are spending money. These are the teams that you expect to see get there. I don't expect there to be blowouts. I expect there to be close games. And some of this stuff will be historic, too, because there's teams that you haven't seen there, year after year. Like Nebraska, to me, I think is the best story. Nebraska finally has put together a basketball team. They're up 25-17 right now.
So are they like Indiana as they did in football? Or does it feel that way?
I guess.
You know what I mean?
If they actually do go and win this whole thing, you could compare them to Indiana, because they never
had a basketball program, right?
I think they won their first March Madness tournament game this year in the first round. So they're a good story, but it just shows you if you got the boosters, you got the NIL program, you can go and get you some players. So yeah, got eyes on that.
So it doesn't bother you that a Cinderella team is not in the mix? I don't want 3 Cinderella teams. I've said this on the air before, but one in there, one that maybe could somehow little engine that could. No, that doesn't interest you at all.
Nah, because they all get chopped at some point. I was at the George Mason game when they were number 11 and they beat UConn years ago. I used to live right next to in Jersey City, St. Peter's College, and they had a good run. I mean, we've seen it. I just think those days are over now, because obviously these players are getting some change. So I'm cool with it. I don't need Cinderella.
No?
Give me the blue bloods. Give me the big guys.
That's all you want.
Give me the big money guys.
Real quick.
Purdue.
Michigan State. Where are they? Where do you see them? Are they people put them in the blue blood, like thinking about it.
Yeah, they're up there because of Izzo.
But they haven't won in 26 years.
I think Michigan's got a better shot than them. That's going to be a game too, Alabama-Michigan. But Michigan State is just one of you in your bracket. You write Michigan State because you've seen them year after year get it done. That's what they do. March is their time.
Yeah, but they always losing now. All right, we got that. All right, hour number 2 of the Odd Couples coming up. So you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
America!
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong.
You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice.
And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King.
The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun.
I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
It's opening day in Major League Baseball, but first, some Sweet 16 action out of the men's NCAA tournament. At halftime, 2-seed Purdue leads 11-seed Texas 39-35. Halfway through the first half, where 4-seed Nebraska is up on 9-seed Iowa 32-26. In baseball, the Tigers defeated the Padres 8-2. Tarek Skubal pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 hits and 0 runs. Kyle Schwarber started things off for the Phillies with a 2-run shot, and the Phillies went on to defeat the Rangers 5-3. Christopher Sanchez struck out 10 in 6 shutout innings. Mike Trout had a home run on opening day, and the Angels shut out the Astros 3-0. The Cardinals were down but came back to defeat the Rays 9-7. St. Louis was down 7-1 in the 6th inning. In the NBA, late in the second quarter, where the Hornets lead the Knicks 56-49. Also in the second quarter, where the Pistons are up on the Pelicans 54-46. I'm Monty Bolaños.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 2 on a TV theme song Thursday. It is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson, in for Kelvin Washington. Keith will be here tomorrow as well. And we'll be here again live from New York. Kelvin will be back on Monday. We'll be in full effect back in Los Angeles. But it is the Odd Couple on Fox Sports Radio, hour number 2. And we appreciate all the people who subscribe on our YouTube channel. Remember, just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. If you have not subscribed and joined yet, you can watch the show live. It's pretty cool. See us talking, smack, all that good stuff. Remember, it's Odd Couple FSR. Hit that subscribe button. Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. A lot to get to. Coming up in about 28 minutes, Gary Sheffield Jr., host of Yankees Unloaded podcast. He'll join us, so we'll talk with Gary Sheffield. Also, we got a little shop talk, so we got a lot of stuff to get to here in hour number 2 on the program. But Keith, something cool happened to you today, didn't it?
Yeah, you traveled across the country. I traveled down the Parkway Turnpike. I went back home for my first ever career day at my high school, which was a blast from the past. Walking back into my high school was weird because I don't know the last time I went there. I'm sure I went at some point after graduation, but it's probably been at least a decade plus.
Wow.
And, you know, walking the hallways, I'm like, the lockers look smaller, the classrooms look smaller. Like, I guess I was a smaller person, but, you know, sitting down in front of a thing that said Keith McPherson, sports talk radio host, and meeting these kids that they weren't even born when I graduated.
Right.
And they're asking me how I got from where they are to where I am now. It really gave me a different perspective of like it makes you go back in your mind and think about them high school days and going to class and playing football and going to practice, but even going to dances and stuff. I told one of the dudes in there, I'm like, being in these hallways made me think about girls that I used to crush on, and I don't think about them at all now. I done forgot all of them now, but yeah, it's always good to pay it forward and give back. Shout out to Ocean Township High School and you know, all the young people that are there that are aspiring to be somebody, and you know, spent some time today telling them my story and literally saying, if I could do it, you could do it. If I made it out of here, you can make it out of here. So.
That's awesome. Anytime you could give back and speak to the kids, you know I'm all about that. So I want to share that. That's awesome. All right, Rob G. Speaking of schooling somebody, Jayson Tatum had a performance last night against OKC, and it was definitely suitable for framing.
Yeah, he had been struggling, you know, mightily. Since he got back from injury. He's been playing about 10 games so far and uneven. Now, he's scoring in double digits. He's rebounding well. Defending is okay. But his usage rate was really high, higher than Jokic, higher than Cade, higher than Jalen Brunson.
Wow.
And his shooting numbers were terrible. Well, yesterday in a potential finals preview, Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum looked like Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum for the first time this season. Tatum had a bounce-back game in a big way. 19 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, was very efficient, played good defense. And Boston, not only did they snap OKC's win streak, they beat them by double digits. They beat them pretty soundly. And now it's got a lot of people talking once again, hey, maybe these Celtics can make a run at the championship.
Keith, where are you on the Celtics?
I'm sorry. I'm in New York. I'm around these Knicks fans. I hate to tell y'all, the best laid plans of mice and men, men make plans and God laughs. Like, the Celtics are here. The Celtics are the best team.
So you're going to poo-poo the Knicks, and this was supposed to be their year because the Celtics were down, because the Bucks were down, because the Pacers were down.
I'm sorry. I know the Knicks are winning right now.
Right.
The Knicks are looking good right now. But the Celtics have a chip on their shoulders specifically for the Knicks, right? Who knocked them out last year? They felt like that was a fluke. Tatum got hurt.
Well, remember, they missed 75 out of 100 3-pointers.
Which is insane. So that is fluky.
75 out of 100.
That's crazy. The chances of that happening again, that's not going to happen again. It's a different team. But what I'm saying here with the Celtics is they have championship pedigree. It is in their DNA. They look up at banners in their arena. They look at each other. They are champions. Tatum and Brown have been doing this for a long time now. I don't think we realize, they've been doing this for 8 years or something.
They've been together. This isn't just 3 or 4 years, right?
So that chemistry goes a long way, and Tatum's not himself. Tatum wants to, chuck the ball up. He's not fully confident yet.
Well, he's not right. He's been out.
He's not right. And that's okay. They have other pieces around them, and they have a good coach, and these guys got something to prove. We obviously know about Cade Cunningham and the Pistons. We know Harden and Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs, and we obviously know Brunson and Cat and the Knicks. But I look at these guys, and I say they did it 2 years ago. We just saw them handle the reigning champs, and Brown was talking about, hey, that was much needed. We needed that. They lost a game to the Timberwolves. They feel like they are rounding into championship form. Playoff time is upon us. Having Tatum is better than not having Tatum. Watch out for the Celtics to get back in the Eastern Conference Finals. I know people had the Knicks penciled in. They fired the coach, and they said this is the year to take that step forward. But look, there's somebody in the way again, and it's not the Pacers, but it's the Celtics who, this is what they do. This is their brand of basketball. They're not new to this. They're true to this. I can't wait for the playoffs because I think it's just going to be muscle memory. They're going to get back in the series, and it's going to be like, man, we've seen this before.
It is hard not to look at the Celtics and think, because what Jaylen Brown was able to do to hold that together. Remember, they got rid of all the veterans. They looked like everybody thought they were going to punt. Porzingis they traded away. Who else?
Drew Holiday, Al Horford.
Exactly. They got rid of all those guys. So it was like,
Luke Cornett, because Luke Cornett told them that he will never go to Magic City. They said, we got to get Luke Cornett out of there. We got to
get him out of there. No doubt about it. But a lot of people have punted on the Celtics, figuring it's just, it's just going to be, you lose your star player. Not that Jaylen Brown is a second fiddle at all, or
they're both stars.
They're really stars, both of them. You're right. But people didn't have this figured out, and when they were able to hold the season together, and then you're able to add, and then there were people. Kelvin and I argued. He thought the addition of Tatum would mess up what they have. When you add a talent like that, you're never going to mess up, because you're always going to be better with him.
Right.
And he's only going to get better as time goes on. You talked about his confidence level. That's natural to be second-guessing yourself and being unsure, because you know what I mean. You had a major injury. You were sidelined for a long time, and it takes time to build that back up. I mean, basketball, as you know, you just have to. You got to keep playing it, to feel really comfortable out there. And I think he'll get even better. But that game was a wake-up call for people, especially coming against OKC, right? Like, and I know everybody thinks OKC, it was a cakewalk to the finals. They had 2 series that went 7 games. It wasn't a cakewalk, so they can be beaten. And I think the Celtics,
and they're still young too.
Yeah.
The Celtics are experienced, and I mean, SGA is going to do what he does. But are the other auxiliary pieces going to be able to? I don't know. And obviously, we're a long way from it being an NBA Finals with Boston versus OKC. But for a little litmus test like that, right? Beating the team with the best record in the NBA in your building, Hey, it's something to talk about on sports talk radio, on TV. I think people are definitely talking about it. And I look at Brown and I look at Tatum as guys that have done this before. And then even the pieces around them, Peyton Pritchard or Sam Hauser, those guys have done it before too. And can I throw another name at you that deserves some type of credit in here? Brad Stevens, somewhere lurking in the background, somewhere saying we weren't taking a year off. You thought with those moves we made that we were just going to sit this year out and take our time. And nah, Joe Mazzulla's like, take our time. Take a year off.
And it's hard to
We're
argue.
here to play. We're here to win.
I mean, it looked like it because of the shedded all those players. But you're right. It gave younger players a chance to develop and get better. Jaylen Brown to be able to be front and center and operate and lead that team. And now you got putting the band back together when you add your 1A and B stars or whatever on the team. So now you're going to be in full strength. And here's the other thing is, while the Knicks have won lately, right? They've been winning. Okay. Don't feel the same as last year, does it? It just doesn't feel the same.
No. Should have got Giannis.
The Pistons were rolling. Then they hit a dry patch, so you looked at them. Their shooting is not good enough for me. Like, they're at the bottom, three-point shooting, perimeter shooting. You look at a lot of games, they're 5 for 25. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if you're going to win
Duncan Robinson
in the postseason. You know what I mean? Where you can't make threes. And what was the other team that I was thinking?
Cavs.
And the Cavs, you just don't know. If James Harden finally puts together one postseason, they could go to the finals. Would you agree with that? If
Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen.
Like if he balls out.
Kenny Atkinson, they have the pieces, sure.
They do. But if Harden can finally do that and play consistent and turn into that guy who we've seen put on unbelievable playoff performances. People are so jaded, they think he hasn't done anything in the postseason, and that's far from the reality.
And he's not going to be asked to be the leading scorer.
No. But just be able to make some shots and whatnot. So, but when you look at those teams, and then can I add Atlanta or no? I mean,
no, you can.
Can I add Atlanta?
Who did they just beat? Atlanta just beat the Pistons.
The Pistons,
and they're the hottest team in the NBA. I don't know what happened, or I do know what happened over there.
They got rid of Trae Young. How about that?
Yep. And people were like, "Oh, all that Magic City stuff. Oh, it's got nothing to do with basketball." But if you were paying attention during all that buzz, they were winning every game. They had a win streak. They figured some stuff out. But the East, I just think, is going to belong to the Celtics. We'll see how the seeding lands. How the seeding ends up. Don't let them end up with that number 1 seed. Then you got to go through the Garden, a TD Garden. You got to go through Lucky the Leprechaun and a parquet.
And again, we saw it against the Knicks. Remember, they were leading the Knicks in those games and just couldn't make a three to save their lives. And the Knicks were able to come back and win that series. That's why, Tibbs got fired. Because after they beat the Celtics, you know this because you work in New York.
Mm-hmm. I covered all those games.
Everybody and their uncle knew the Knicks were going to the finals. Am I right?
That first game against the Pacers in the Garden, during that game, Knicks fans were celebrating like this is it. And then that Halliburton shot went all the way up in the air and came back.
Because you remember, they were in that game, they were up by like 14 with 4 minutes to go.
This was easy.
Exactly.
We going to the finals. This is going to be easy. Ain't nothing easy.
And that thing changed changed overnight, and that was the end of that. And I knew that once you lose, and then remember, they couldn't win game 2. They came back. Like you choked down game 1. You better come back and get a convincing win. You know what I mean?
That was a hangover. There was all we talked about was you blew that game.
Yep, that was
you could tell it bled into the next one. That was their shot.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. And it's pretty simple. Are the Celtics the team to beat in the Eastern Conference? Did you see something last night from Tatum that makes you go like, wow, not only are they a team to beat, they might win another championship if everybody stays healthy at this point. 877-99 on Fox. We want to hear from you. It is The Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. It's a TV theme song Thursday. Stick and stay.
To find out what's really going on in Boston, the US of A.
Hey, Rob G, your Lakers got a couple of good wins against the Rockets, and now some issues with the Rockets.
Yeah, it's not looking good if you're a Houston fan. Houston, we have a problem. Now, this time last week, they got blitzed by damn near 40 points by the Denver Nuggets. Then they come in, have two back-to-back home games, a baseball series against the Lakers. Monday night, Kevin Durant couldn't dribble the ball to save his life, had 7 turnovers after the game, says, I am the offense. I got to get this stuff straightened out, whether it's space in the floor, dunker spot, whatever. So they come back last night in what is clearly the biggest game of their season because, when you're so tightly bunched like that in the Western Conference, every win right now matters against the team you're going head-to-head with in the standings. They're down double digits early. They fight all the way back, and they find a way to lose there again. Luka Doncic goes nuclear in the last 4 or 5 minutes. And late in the game, cameras caught the Houston Rockets huddle. Not a single person speaking. Everybody staring off blankly into space. It just looked like the vibes are bad currently in Houston.
Because they didn't take care of business, which is they never replaced the point guard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just amazed at it. And they go and get Durant. You know what I mean? They go put this team. Everybody thought, oh, my God, you add Durant to that team? Look what they did last year without him. You're going to add this kind of a shooter and scorer, like they're going to be a tough out. And now it looks like Kevin Durant, again, no matter where he goes, something doesn't work out. He went to Phoenix. Everybody said, oh, man, are you kidding? They went to the NBA Finals without him. Now they're going to add KD. You're not going to be able to stop them. Look at all the score. Let's go get Bradley Beal, too. You won't be able to stop them. They'll be able to score so many points. That didn't work out. It's just amazing. And maybe because his carpet bag that he puts down is in the way on the court because he's just been everywhere. And it just blocks stuff because and this could be bad, again, for Kevin Durant. Because now you'll be at this point where everywhere you go, and I'm not acting like the injury is not a part of the equation, but it doesn't matter. The bottom line is he's been bouncing from team to team to team to team, and everywhere he goes, they don't reach their potential. Something goes wrong. Something is amiss. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that is going to be the lasting thing that you think about Kevin Durant, especially. It's just I said it before. Kevin Durant is Raggedy Andy. You've heard of Raggedy Andy.
Raggedy Andy and Raggedy Andy?
Raggedy Andy. Like, that's what his track after leaving Golden State has been. Raggedy like the 405.
Dang. They working on it, though, Rob.
Like the 10 back in Detroit. Okay. The Lodge.
Ooh, the Lodge. Ooh, okay. What was the worst?
It's bad. Or like the
You're on a roll. What else we got?
Long Island Expressway in New York is bad.
Yeah, I don't know that one. Yeah. I've been on it, but I couldn't recall.
There's too many freeways and highways over there. All right, but you get my point.
I do get your point. Well, I look at it like this. Couple things. One, we all knew Fred Van Vliet's absence was going to be big.
But they didn't do anything.
That's what makes me mad. Meaning you got the whole first half of the season to see what's what, who steps up. They got Shepard. A lot of people are high on him, and he's good. He's had some, but he's not Fred Van Vliet. And then towards the trade deadline, you thought, all right, well, obviously guys are playing well, depending on what week it was. You were, third or fourth or third in the standings, but you know what help you needed. You knew what you needed. You needed a scorer. You needed a guy, by the way, a shooter. We talk about the Pistons. They could use some perimeter shooting, too. They're kind of similar to the Pistons, and they got all the athletes you want. Guys play hard, and they got their KD as a scorer. He's not Kay Cunningham at this point in his career, but they have something similar where they need some outside shooting. They need another bucket, and they never did it. And this isn't 27, 28-year-old KD where you can say, well, we got 3-4 more years, whatever. Like, you can't waste a year with KD and this team because KD is, again, at this age, you never know what you're going to get. So, to me, you don't want to waste a year with Kevin Durant when you have an opportunity to compete. Now, maybe you weren't going to beat the Thunder. Maybe you weren't going to beat the Spurs or Denver, but you never know, right? And maybe one of them knocks each other out or something crazy happens. So, you're supposed to be in there and having a chance to get to the finals. Now, I say that to say, if I'm Houston, I'm also saying, Kelvin, Rob G, chill, relax. Because you know who you don't have that same energy for, Rob G and Rob Parker? The Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets, currently as we sit here, are 6th. They're behind the Rockets. And, you would be thinking, hey, like, they're not getting it. Nobody's talking about them. Everybody says, hey, you never know. Denver could give somebody a run, and Denver could do this. So I would be saying, we're fine. Let's find our groove. Let's get something going in order to, because at this point you can't get in. There's nobody out there you can replace Fred with. But that would be the silver lining. Would think you're a game or two away from jumping all the way back to 3rd. The Lakers are currently 3rd. But as Rob G mentioned, the West is so tight. I mean, you lose a game, you win 3 games in a row, you can go from 3rd to 7th. So you're still in this thing.
Professional wrestling fans, the action continues every week. TNA Thursday Night Impact every week. Don't miss the adrenaline, the drama, and the total nonstop action as you watch your favorite TNA wrestling stars. For showtimes and more information, visit TNAWrestling.com.
To move the world.
It is a theme song. There's different strokes.
You know that. What you talking about, Willis? Come on, man.
Nick at Night.
Let it play, Alex. And you'll have yours and I'll have mine. And together we'll be fine. Because it takes. Yes, it does. It takes different strokes to move the world. I'm telling you, when I was a college kid at Southern Connecticut State University in New Haven, me and my roommates, we would watch that on reruns before we went to class. And as soon as Arnold would say, "What you talking about, Willis?" we would leave. That was it. We just waited for that.
Again, it's before my time. I know of it. They have memes and gifs of it.
You see it? Yeah. What you talking about, Willis? That was his catchphrase. That's what he used to say every show.
And what's the short dude's name? I'm blanking on his name. It was Willis, and he is
Gary
Coleman.
Coleman was his name, and Arnold was his name on the show. That's what I was trying to think. Arnold was his name on the show, but Gary Coleman, yes. He's the late Gary Coleman. All right, 877-99 on Fox, talking about the Celtics, where they are. Do you look at them as the front runners in the Eastern Conference? 877-99 on Fox. We're taking your calls. Keith, you got a couple?
Yeah, let's get into it. Right now, let's go to Brandon in Riverside. You're on the Odd Couple. Keith McPherson filling in with Rob Parker.
Hey, guy, how y'all doing, man? I
doing great.
Chilling.
What's up, Brandon? How are you?
I'm good. Just surviving out here, working and surviving. But
well, you know how it is.
Yeah. If you remember, Rob, I think you asked this you talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and I said I picked Boston Celtics to win the East, and I basically got a bet along with a couple of my buddies and everything, and. The game, like I told Rob D, I said the game yesterday lets us know that if you can officiate the game and not make it about ticky-tack fouls, it will change OKC. And that's because when I got off, I went home and I watched the game. I just, fast forward, but I watched the game.
Right.
And they just allowed them to play. They didn't give in.
If they take that away, if they take that away, that's going to change the
in
OKC.
Boston.
Am I right?
Yeah, because them people in Boston on them refs like that.
Yeah, and Jaylen Brown took it personal too. So you saw it from the first possession of him guarding Shea. No, you all are not gonna. I'm not gonna allow you all to just keep giving him these ticky-tack fouls, and they didn't. They allowed them to play it out, and it was a good game. But Boston, New York is not. No one is afraid of New York and Detroit and everything. I think Boston really got that conference sold up out there on the East. I'm going to hang up and listen to you guys. Thank you.
All right, Brandon. Yeah, it's just like the Pistons are a young team, and now Cade with the collapsed lung. You don't know how that's going to play out. I know he started working back, and it's going to be a couple weeks before they evaluate him. But you know what I mean. You don't know. You don't know how that's going to play out.
That could drop them out of the 1 seed.
Exactly.
And they didn't win a game last year in their building in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was bad. I thought the same thing. Like not to win one game at home, and I get it. Before that, they hadn't won a playoff game in like 17 years. You know, they've won 2 playoff games in 17 years. That's a long time. And you think they're going to the finals from that? That would be some leap.
No, they still got growing up to do.
Right, no doubt. 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
Let's go out to Texas. Dion, you're on the Odd Couple with Keith McPherson and Rob Parker.
Hey, gentlemen. Hey, thanks for having me. Look, it's undetermined about Boston. We don't know if they're the top dogs. And I think Tatum, you can't have a usage rate like that. Like you're just coming off the street.
So who do you like then? I'm Dion. I'm surprised. I hear you, and that's all fair and honest. But who do you like in the East? I'm just curious.
Well, I mean, it's the same characters. You know, I think the top 4 guys, you don't know who's going to come out the top. The Knicks could very well come out. Cleveland could, Detroit, or Boston. So it's still undetermined. We just got to see. I'm just saying Tatum cannot disrupt what Boston has already done. Jaylen Brown's your top dog this year, and he needs to follow his lead. And when Tatum get his rhythm, when he get his legs under him, he'll start knocking down those shots. But he's going to have to do like LeBron did out in L.A., and learn, you got to say, hey, you got to lock in to playing a certain kind of way, and that's going to be second fiddle this year to Jaylen Brown and what they've accomplished. They got a lot around him. So they should have won that game last night. I don't really give them too much credit for that because you're at home. You should have beat those boys in your building. So let's see what happens. It's undetermined. The Knicks could still very well be there.
So if you were a betting man, if I said I want to bet you 10 wings, you're taking the Knicks over Boston.
Oh, I didn't say that. I don't know. Okay. Let's see the matchup. Because I don't know who's going to have home court advantage. But when they announce the playoff seedings, then let's revisit that, Rob.
Okay, that's fair, Dion. All right, appreciate that. Thank you, my man. No doubt. Be sure to check out the standings, too, on the Fox Sports Radio Bracket Challenge at foxsportsradio.com, where our hosts are competing against our listeners. There are no more perfect brackets, which makes sense. So no listener will take home the $1 million this year, but the winning bracket will be a $1,000 gift card. I mean, which is nothing to sneeze at, a $1,000 gift card. The Fox Sports Radio Bracket Challenge is presented by Webull. It's time to get your financial portfolio game ready with Webull. Get powerful investing tools and real-time data all in one platform. Get started by downloading the Webull app today or visiting Webull.com. Webull Financial LLC, member SIP, FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/disclosures. All right, so coming up next, we're going to talk with Gary Sheffield Jr., who is the host of Yankees Unloaded podcast. We'll do that. Also, Shop Talk is coming up. But first, let's get you caught up. Monty Bolaños with March Madness, opening day around Major League Baseball. All kinds of stuff going on. What's up, Monty?
All kinds of stuff going on, fellas. Happy to be hanging out with you on this Thursday, waiting for the first pitch at Dodger Stadium, or should I call it Uniqlo Field now? But we're waiting for that first pitch.
No way, no how.
I'm with you, Rob. I'm so with you 100%.
You know what? I always respected the Dodgers and the Yankees for not taking the money.
Yep.
Like Yankee Stadium could be American Express Stadium tomorrow for $1 gazillion. Will you agree with me? Right?
Yep. Absolutely.
And they won't take the money.
Yep. Absolutely.
And the Dodgers I can't believe they're taking the money. No, it's Dodger Stadium. I don't care what they call it.
I bet Ohtani has equity in Uniqlo.
Maybe. Well, let's not dive into that. All right, let's check in first on the Sweet 16 action because we've got some close games. Right now, 11 seed Texas and 2 seed Purdue are tied at 43 with 17 minutes to go in the second half. At halftime, 9 seed Iowa is forcing Nebraska everything. Yeah, Nebraska is up right now 46-43. That's at halftime. 2 games left in baseball. Diamondbacks and Dodgers. Also Guardians and Mariners from Seattle with first pitch set for 10:10 Eastern time. But what has wrapped up on this opening day of baseball? Well, the Cardinals, guys, they were down 6 runs in the 7th inning, came back to defeat the Rays 9-7. Mike Trout homered on this opening day, and the Angels shut out the Astros 3-0. Kyle Schwarber also started things off for the Phillies with a 2-run shot. They went on to defeat the Rangers 5-3. Christopher Sanchez struck out 10 in 6 shutout innings. The Tigers defeated the Padres 8-2. Brewers routed the White Sox 14-2 without outfielder Jackson Chourio, who's going to miss 2 to 4 weeks with the fracture in his hand that he suffered during the World Baseball Classic. The Nationals beat the Cubs 10-4. The Orioles edged the Twins 2-1. The Red Sox blanked the Reds 3-0. And the Mets took down the Pirates 11-7 on opening day. Ace Paul Skeens didn't even make it out of the first inning, allowing 5 runs on 37 pitches, but it was not his fault, I'm telling you. When it comes to the NBA, early in the third quarter, where the Hornets are up on the Knicks 68-57, the Pistons lead the Pelicans 75-63, and the Magic are up on the Kings at home 72-63. NFL news: retired quarterback Tom Brady spoke to CNBC, and he said that he contemplated coming out of retirement, but he said that the NFL did not like that very much when he looked into his options. Back to you guys.
What? Because Tom Brady would have been the first player in NFL history to get Social Security, a paycheck, and his pension all at one time. And the league said, no way, no how on Tom Brady. How's that?
Probably
Thanks,
how
Monty.
it went down. Yeah, you're welcome, Rob. Keith, back to you guys.
Appreciate it. Yes, absolutely. It is the Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington. We're here live in New York, not in Los Angeles as we usually are. Appreciate you guys being a part of the show. And now let's welcome in Gary Sheffield Jr., who, of course, is the host of Yankees Unloaded podcast. One of the nice young baseball minds in the game. Gary, what's happening? Say hi to Keith McPherson. What's up?
I'm good. Keith, what's up, man?
Yo, what's good, bro? I was saying before, we haven't met yet, but I feel like I know you from Yankees Twitter all these years. We've interacted a bunch, so good to connect with you over the phone on the radio.
Yeah. I'll see you soon.
No doubt. Well, let's start with, of course, the New York Yankees. We know Judge, the Golden Sombrero, 4 strikeouts and 5 at-bats, yada, yada, yada. We know that. But the Yankees put it on the Giants, and beating Webb in the opener, 7-0 in San Francisco. Do you like the way this Yankee team is constructed? Because a lot of people are like, well, they haven't done a lot of stuff. The team won 94 games, right, last year without Garrett Cole. And I like where the Yankees are. I think they have enough pitching. I do. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm with you. And part of that is they're a 94-win team after the deadline. So it's not really the same team as last year. It might be the same team as the second half team, but when you're adding Garrett Cole, you're adding Caballero for the whole year, and you're not getting Anthony Volpe for 159, right? You're talking about guys like Cam Schlittler, who's pitching game 2. He was here for about 15 minutes, and you saw what he could do against Boston in that elimination game in the wild card. So as far as I'm concerned, I expect the Yankees to win the division, but I think Keith and I are on the same page when it comes to this. The Yankees have to prove that they can do it when it actually matters. Can you put the ball in play? And I think opening day was actually a good sign. Didn't hit a single homer, won 7-0.
And I want to follow up, Keith, before you jump in. A lot of people were like, they didn't want Trent Grisham back and this and that. That dude had a really good year for the Yankees last year. And here he is with a triple. I don't know why people – that guy won a Gold Glove. He's a really good player. I'm not saying he's a superstar, an all-star, but he's good, no?
Yeah, he's good, but it's another thing. It's Spencer Jones. It's Jason Dominguez. People want to see the kids. I don't know the infatuation with Yankees fans and their prospects. I think part of it's the core 4. They just make the assumption that every prospect, it can always work out in a Hall of Fame trajectory. But reality is proven vets are just as good as young rookies on cheap contracts. Like, what does it matter what they make to us? So I get it. Trent Grisham's off a career year. I like that he's back. I just don't love the dollar amount.
Right. Okay.
I got to ask you about the pen. You know, when they talk about running it back. I'm not even using that phrase anymore. The pen is completely different. When you look at last year, Devin Williams himself blew about 10 games. Luke Weaver, another 5. Just subtract those 2 guys, and you figure they'll be better. So what do you think about this bullpen? I think it's going to be one of those ever-evolving, changing organisms. You know, they're going to tweak it and change it as we go. But do you feel better about the Yankees bullpen this year? I feel like you got to.
I actually really like it. And I was watching your coverage with the WBC, and I was watching you talk about Doval. I was watching you talk about some of these names. And Doval is really the guy that sticks out to me. It's really the bridge. How do we get the ball to Bednar? And when you're talking about a guy that's going to be in high leverage, 7th and 8th inning to bridge that game, Doval can do that. He was not throwing strikes. That's why San Francisco gave up on him. The Yankees believe that their pitching coach and Matt Blake can fix him, and so far, so good. Actually, it started to look good towards the end of last year. I expect him to be great this year. It's not going to be Devin Betances and the Hall of Very Good, but it will be something that we can actually rely on. And you don't have to say, where's Luke Weaver? Where are these guys who really – it wasn't just Devin Williams. Weaver wasn't good last year either. So
Mark Leiter Jr.,
some of these guys, Doval,
Jonathan Loaiza.
Right, you're talking about, dude, these guys – and I was rooting for Johnny Lowe. He wasn't healthy. He wasn't good.
Leiter wasn't good either.
Right
no,
now
he's bad.
Better. No, none of them were good. And so the Yankees are going to be better this year. It's just a matter of October.
All right, let me ask you, the guy who I think is going to be a Hall of Famer, I just do because he's going to get to 500 home runs.
Yeah.
Giancarlo Stanton, who's had – because people – what I don't think people understand is for him to have as many home runs and has missed as many games as he has – tells you about how good he is. It really does. It's not the other way around where you're like, well, this guy can't stay healthy. He won an MVP, and last year, Gary, you know this, he batted like 280 for most of the year. Like he wasn't just a home run or a strikeout. He was actually putting the ball in play. And what does he do the first game of the year? He gets 2 hits, knocks in a run. You know what I mean?
And
like
he was running.
Without a home run.
When he scored that first, I'm like, he can run now?
I'm just like, if you can get a guy who can bat like, he's not 25 home runs batting 230. If he bats 275 or 80 and puts the ball in play like that,
that would be
big time for the Yankees, no?
It would be great. And a lot of why he's remembered the way he is availability. And you've you've hit the nail on the head when you're talking about his availability, but when you're the best employee in the building and people can't necessarily show up to work and rely on you being there every single day, people start to look at you a little different. And when you're talking about career numbers, Giancarlo, as far as I'm concerned, people told my dad, they told plenty of other baseball players in history, you're a Hall of Famer if you get to 500 homers. We can't now change. You can't change and now move the goalposts because Giancarlo Stanton was essentially being hurt half the season and still made it to that point. So as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to Giancarlo Stanton, I'm going to try, and I know Keith will as well, who covers the Yankees for a living. We're going to try and help people understand what we just saw because this isn't a traditional career, a Hall of Fame path. This is a guy who played like 65, 70% of games during the season, and he puts up numbers every time he's on the field. He's a tough player to cover.
He really is. I don't think people, if you look at his postseason home runs, he has a ton of postseason home runs, and he also what was the other part that he's done is his home runs per at bat.
Yeah,
he's in the
pace.
top 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the top 10 all time.
Randy Arozarena, if they had moved on from Tampa in the COVID season, you're talking about Giancarlo Stanton setting the all-time home run record in the postseason. We talk about Mr. October. We talk about all the clutch home runs the guys have hit in this game. It's a long history, over 100 years. Giancarlo Stanton would have been a part of history. So people need to remember what this guy's done. I'm trying to be more understanding of why they're not exactly consuming what he's doing, because when you're gone and you have your GM saying, hey, he's going to be hurt for half the year, it changes the way fans look at this really a quality career.
No doubt.
Yeah, they got to have the kid gloves. They got to do the scheduled rest. And Giancarlo Stanton himself is very accountable. He says it's not acceptable when he misses time. He knows how much he gets paid, but actually he's getting paid less this year. So my hope this year, and this is going to be long-winded, but I'll get to the question. He didn't hit a home run in the postseason last year. Austin Wells didn't have a good postseason last year. Ben Rice had 1 home run, but he disappeared. Trent Grisham was a zero. And I feel like the Yankees ran it back because they felt like, what's the chances that this team again gets to October and all of these guys don't show up? If anything that I took from last night was not that Judge doesn't come up in big spots. Last night wasn't a big spot. That's 1 of 162. It just happened to be the only game. But what I took from last night, 7 runs, not 1 home run, and they didn't need Judge to do anything. Do you think this could be the team
against Webb pitching
against Logan Webb, who was in the World Baseball Classic? So they were just with each other. But do you think that this could be the Yankee team that they constructed that could carry Judge across the finish line and not be just so reliant on Judge has to save us?
Keith, I used to look at a lot of what Judge is doing and saying he's got to be the superhero. I used to look at, well, why can't Mike Trout get over the hump? When's he going to be superhero and Superman? And you start to realize there's a reason that Shohei Ohtani went to the Dodgers. There's a reason that Mookie Betts, he gets traded over to the Dodgers. He agrees to that extension right away. It's about the others. You can't win a World Series. I don't care how good Aaron Judge is. I don't care if he plays as good as he did this last postseason or if he plays the way he did 2 or 3 years ago. This team has to play better. Austin Wells can't be a nothing, like you just said. You can't look at Ben Rice, and Ben Rice has a good game, and all of a sudden he's sitting for Paul Goldschmidt. We see a quality righty, and we don't see Ben Rice again. This team has to be better, not just Aaron Judge. So if the Yankees are going to win anything, those guys on offense, in Trent Grisham, the table setter up top of the lineup, has to be better. Garrett Cole can't just be good. He has to be Garrett Cole. And I think if they do that, they're going to have no problem winning the AL. Their issue is going to be running into the Dodgers, who did fix their biggest problem at the back end of that bullpen.
One last thing. Max Fried, since coming to the Yankees, is magnificent. I was in San Francisco, saw him in trouble first and third in the first inning. You know, good pitchers, if you don't get them in the first inning, you let them get out of it. He got out of it, and then 6 in the third, and he made it look easy. I mean, he's really, really good.
Worth every penny. What do you think about Act 2 for Max Fried?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you right now, I did see a different pitch mix. You were seeing a little cutter, and Keith, I know you watch this team. You're seeing the cutter. You don't see that. And when you look at last year's pitch mix, he used the cutter 2% of the time, and you look at last night, it was almost 30%. So I'm seeing a lot of what I saw out of Garrett Cole a few years back before the Tommy John, where he was working that cutter in and getting guys off that four-seam fastball. Garrett Cole had a problem keeping the ball in the yard as well, and Max Fried had that same problem past postseason. I'm expecting a better Max Fried. When you have a guy making $20, $30 million, it's easy to say, oh, I'll just be better. But he and Matt Blake, they seem like they're in the lab, and they're actually trying to fix this.
All right, his name is Gary Sheffield. Check out his podcast. He's the host of Yankees Unloaded. Always a pleasure, Chef. Thank you, my man.
I appreciate you guys. Keith, I'll be in touch.
See you soon.
All right, coming up, a little shop talk. Can't wait. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson right here on Fox Sports Radio. It is The Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise. Stick and stay.
For a little talk outside the world of sports in the US of A.
It's The Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it.
The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong.
You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob. Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not going to see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm going to go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in, and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Are you into video games, celebrities, or just a good time? The Global Gaming League is a video game league with celebrity-owned teams from T-Pain to Neo, competing in everything from Call of Duty to Tetris. Sign up and join the league now at globalgamingleague.com.
It is the Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Live from New York, Rob Parker, Keith McPherson. Now, here's one you could get into. I
know that. Easy.
Right?
Of course.
I think Kelvin thinks this is his the number one TV theme song. I think we like Cheers a little bit more, but this is good. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin. And professional wrestling fans, the action continues every week. TNA Thursday Night Impact every week. Don't miss the adrenaline, the drama, the total nonstop action as you watch your favorite TNA wrestling stars. That's right. For showtimes and more information, visit TNAWrestling.com. All right, time for Shop Talk.
Ain't nobody exempt in the barbershop. You know that. Ain't nobody exempt. You can talk about whoever and whatever, whenever you want to in the barbershop.
Now, it's Shop Talk.
That's right. It is Shop Talk here on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio segment where we talk about something that happened outside of the world of sports. This week's topic comes to us from the restaurant industry. There was a big expose by the Today Show concerning dry dining, which is going out to eat and not ordering alcohol. According to this poll, just over half of the people in America do not drink while they eat. And restaurant owners are saying it's a big problem, losing a lot of money. One owner says, I could give free drinks away and people still wouldn't take them. So, guys, here's the question. Are you yay or nay on drinking while you dine?
You know what? This is a great question because in the old days, we used to drink, right? Like that when you would go out and get a meal. And that's where the restaurants actually make all their money. Not off the steak, not off the baked potato, right? But the markup on the alcohol.
$25 drink, yeah.
Right. It's big time. It's a huge up. But you know this being a younger guy. Think the drinks are so expensive. So people are like, I don't want to pay that much. I could go get a whole bottle at my crib, right? Number two, health-wise, people are looking out. They don't want to consume alcohol. Young people aren't drinking. Like when I covered,
trending down.
When I covered the Knicks, and I'm not saying I was alcoholic or anything, but when I covered the Knicks and I was in my 20s and I traveled America, we went out to drink every night. You know what I mean? That's what newspaper reporters did.
It's a cultural thing.
We did it. Every night I had drinks. I don't think that we're there anymore. So are you, when you go out, you and your wife, do you buy drinks or just order a meal and eat?
I used to drink heavy. I was just saying how, what happened to Power Hour? What happened to taking shots? What happened? Like when I was coming up in college, it was almost like a rite of passage that you had to drink and get drunk. And now I've grown out of it. I've aged out of it. I don't drink. I don't go to the liquor store anymore. We used to hit the liquor store every Friday. And now when you talk about restaurants and the younger generations, they are like younger and younger. They're not drinking and consuming alcohol as much because now we know, right? Don't you want to be able to drive home? Don't you want to be able to get up and not be hungover the next day? Don't you want to be able to just be a healthy, functioning, I don't know, man. We're getting more smart and wise about our health decisions, and the younger generation doesn't need it. It used to be attached to everything.
But it's not anymore.
You eating dinner, you getting some drinks. Not anymore.
Rob G and Alex, where are you, the guys? When you go out, do you get drinks? Monty too. I'm sorry.
I know she has thoughts on this.
Oh,
Monty,
no, a manager would love to see me come in. I'm definitely having shots and cocktails with the girls. Oh, there's no question about it. Oh, yeah, if I'm going out to eat, I'm having a drink. Maybe 3.
But you see where it is, though, Monty. You're still doing it, but a lot of younger people, they don't drink like that.
Because other things are legal as well. That's also part of it.
Yeah.
Take off.
What, like chocolate chip cookies? What are the other things?
Certain kinds of chocolate that you can pop before dinner. That you can have before dinner, make you feel all right.
Diet Coke!
That's right. Alex,
Coke.
where are you?
I think this is easy for me. I'm not a drinker, never been a drinker, never got into drinking, didn't care to drink, saw everybody else get sloppy in high school, saw how they make them do unquestionable things, and also saw the true characteristics of people when they unlocked that inner demon. So I knew to myself, you know what? I'm going to sit back, maybe smoke a J. Just enjoy the food.
What do they call that? It's a truth serum.
Yes,
When people start drinking, all of a sudden their real you comes out.
When you're intoxicated or angry, you see somebody.
Well, it's 2 things. Either you want to love or you want to fight.
Yeah.
It's one of 2 things.
You a fighter?
I am not.
Really?
I'm a lover.
Monty's a lover. Monty's a lover.
I'm a lover.
Rob G's the fighter. Go ahead.
If I'm drinking, I'm drinking. So I don't like to drink when I'm eating. So if I'm eating, I'm there to eat food. If I'm going to drink, I'm going to be drinking heavy.
So you feel like the alcohol alters the taste of your food?
Absolutely.
Or you one of those people?
And there's only certain foods I think that are enhanced by, like usually, Mexican food and beer. But that's like, beer's not really a liquor. I'm not really getting drunk off of beer. And if I want to drink, I'm drinking liquor.
Right. All right, hour number 3 on this TV theme song Thursday, and yes, we're talking Dodgers on this opening day. Stick and stay.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
What a comeback for the Cardinals on this opening day.
2 outs, runner at third. Scott, the pitch. Burleson swings. He hits it a mile to right field. The Cardinals have the lead +1 on that 2-run homer by Alec Burleson. An 8-run 6th inning. Unbelievable.
You heard it all on the Cardinals radio network. They came back to defeat the Rays 9-7. The Angels shut out the Astros 3-0. Tigers defeated the Padres 8-2. And Kyle Schwarber started things off for the Phillies with a 2-run shot. They went on to beat the Rangers 5-3. Christopher Sanchez struck out 10 in 6 shutout innings. Right now, the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers are scoreless, and it's the bottom of the 2nd inning. In Sweet 16 action at the men's NCAA tournament, with 6 minutes to go, 11-seed Texas leads 2-seed Purdue 67-66. With 10 minutes to go, 4-seed Nebraska leads 9-seed Iowa 58-57. I'm Monty Bolaños.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 3 on a TV theme song Thursday. Indeed, it is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Keith McPherson, in for Kelvin Washington. We'll also be doing the show tomorrow live here from New York. Kelvin will be back on Monday. The Odd Couple will be in full effect. We appreciate you riding along with us and with the new iHeartRadio app. You can stream us wherever you happen to be. That's right. Catch us all over and all of our great Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Just search Fox Sports Radio and in the app to stream us live all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets. That's right, in the iHeart app, so it'll always pop up at the top of your screen. Lot to get to, including last call here on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. And I got to admit, it's been a long day for me. I flew from Los Angeles yesterday to San Francisco, covered the game, enjoyed it. Flew from San Francisco to Red Eye, back to New York, and here I am. Show, everything's cool, feel great. But this afternoon, Keith, I could not lift my eyelids. I had an appointment earlier in the day.
That nap was hitting.
I was like, oh my God. And now I feel good. You know what I mean? I got my second wind and all that. But yeah, here in New York, a couple days, and back to LA on Monday. But it is opening day around a lot of the ballparks. We know yesterday was the Yankees and Giants, and a lot of other teams opened up today, and a lot will open up tomorrow. But the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight have the ring ceremony. They've won back-to-back easily, Keith. Should have been knocked out by the Padres 2 years ago, right, in that series. Mm-hmm. Should have been beaten by the Blue Jays. Blue Jays are like 8 times to beat them in the World Series. Outplayed them, have scored more runs. You can say whatever you want. Mookie didn't hit. Shohei didn't hit. Freddie Freeman didn't hit. And they still won a World Series because Miguel Rojas had that big home run in the ninth inning to tie the game. But now all the talk is they added Diaz, they added Tucker, spent money. They got 2 really top-notch players to go along with what they have, and everybody is expecting them to three-peat. It hasn't been done since the Yankees, that great team, when the Yankees won 4 out of 5, which was an incredible run. When they won 96, they didn't win in 97, and then they won 98, 99, and 2000. They won 4 out of 5. And remember,
made me a fan. Made me a baseball fan.
I mean, they were winning like crazy. You were like, my God, this team is
it was a lock. It was a guarantee. October comes, and victory is ours.
But you don't feel like the Dodgers, if they were to win, feel the same way as when the Yankees had that team.
Feels dirty. Feels kind of grimy, Like, this is the deferrals, the Los Angeles deferrals, and this loophole that existed. That didn't exist before. You could talk about George Steinbrenner went out and bought players, sure. but they had a core four, right? They had Derek Jeter, they had Mariano, they had Posada, they had Pettit, and don't forget about Bernie Williams. And then even guys that they got like Paul O'Neill or a Scott Brocious
or Strawberry
or a Darryl Strawberry or a Doc Gooden. Shout out to Doc. You know, like some little pieces around. They weren't necessarily the biggest, baddest players on the market, but there was something about that team and that muscle memory. And when you go back and you watch The Captain or some of these documentaries, they talked about how those guys have been through the battles together and they knew what to do in the postseason. Now, this Dodgers team, they're just so stacked. It could be anybody. It could be Freddie Freeman. It could be Will Smith. It could be Teoscar Hernandez. It could be Max Muncy.
What if Freddie Freeman doesn't hit that home run? I still, when you go back, like that World Series with the Yankees.
Nestor Cortez had no business being in that.
But I'm going
to
say this too, and I'm going to back Aaron Boone here for this. What people forget is he got Shohei out to foul out on one pitch when he came in.
But then Verdugo,
he falls into the stands, which changes the whole game because it awarded, right, the runners moved up a base. If they didn't move up and they were on first base, they would have pitched to Mookie Betts and not Freddie Freeman.
Painful. The
no,
PTSD.
but am I wrong? No, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I was at Billy's. We were watching on the big screen. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it as long as I live.
And I thought to myself, they got Shohei on one pitch to foul out, not even hit the ball in play.
Riveting at the time. It was like, and that changed the whole series. And I mean, honestly, in that at bat, Nestor had like a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. He didn't have that much velocity. He didn't pitch for a month. But anyway, I don't want to go down the 2024, the painful World Series that it was. I was at those games. I watched Judge drop the ball and whatever. But with this Dodgers team winning 3 in a row, and then us going into a lockout, that's not good for baseball. It's also not good for baseball when Kyle Tucker signs with them, when Edwin Diaz signs with them, and baseball fans feel like, what's the use in watching? Just hand them the trophy. They're going to win it again.
But last year, I'm going to push back on this. They didn't run away with the division. It was up for grabs.
They treated the regular season like exhibition. They knew, hey, let's Blake Snell, let's wait. Tyler Glass now, you guys be good for October for the postseason when we really need y'all. Roki Sasaki, I mean, they turned him into their closer. Yamamoto, he turned into Superman when they needed him in the World Series.
Oh, yeah.
But okay, so just those two guys I named.
But
for them to get Roki Sasaki and Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Ohtani, he set up this pipeline of the best players from Japan, and then he set them up for success with that contract where he's only taken $2 million out of the $70 million. He's a unicorn player with a unicorn contract. They have the loophole of the deferrals. You got to defer money in Tommy Edmonds' deal? Why? You can pay that man out straight.
All the money they make, they just gave up. They just got money for naming the field at Dodger Stadium.
Uniqlo. And you know what? They have a one-of-one TV deal. Nobody else has that Sportsnet LA TV deal where they take all that money because of the divorce from the prior owners. I'm blanking on the name that they got set up with, where their TV rights, they don't split with MLB in the same percentage.
Right.
So the Dodgers have all of this stuff that benefits them that the rest of the league is not benefiting from. If they win 3 in a row, history will show they had an unfair advantage. And I feel like there will be an asterisk next to it, and somebody got to stop them. And I hope that baseball just baseballs the way baseball does, and there's parity in the league like there usually is. Like, we don't want to see the Patriots win every Super Bowl. We don't want to see the Chiefs win 3 in a row. We don't want to see the Warriors win every NBA Finals. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm hoping that somebody rises up. Maybe it's the Yankees. Maybe it's the Mets. I'm here in New York.
Frank McCourt. I know people.
Yes, the McCourt family divorce. Yep, exactly. Yep. What that set them up where they gifted them like a pity. I don't know. It's just like, and that deal is still going. And shout out to the Dodgers and the Guggenheim partners. They're owned by people that deal with private equity and money. And this little baseball money's nothing. They deal with billions. They know how to do this stuff in their sleep. And that's they've got it figured out.
And then they bought the Lakers. You know what I mean? It's the same group. And now it'll be
Mark
interesting
Walter.
to see how that plays out. I'm going to say I understand your point in that what the Yankees were able to do with that team was pretty amazing, because those were all, like people talk about all the time. No, those were all players developed by the Yankees. Andy Pettit, Mariano Rivera.
They were Hall of Famers, but at the same time,
and Posada. Like when you talk about those players, that was your glue. That was the stuff and you added the other pieces that you talked about. In the Dodgers situation, I know it doesn't feel good, but I also know that these last two championships were anything but automatic. They really weren't. The Padres choked. They had the Dodgers on the ropes.
The Yankees choked.
And the Blue Jays choked. And the Yankees had a chance, big time, and so did the Blue Jays. And I'm not taking anything away from the Dodgers won or whatever, but if I told you that Shohei's batting average in the World Series is 240, you know what I mean? He hasn't won any MVPs. He hasn't had any big hits like that. It's amazing where they are and what they've been able to do because, guys, they have enough talent that all you need is somebody to step up. Yamamoto stepped up for them big time. If he had one bad outing, they wouldn't have won anything, right? One bad outing in the postseason.
But that's why you stack the deck and you put as many good players on a team as possible, right? Same way we were just talking to Sheffield about, the Yankees. Judge can't do it on his own. You need good players around you.
What will you if they win again? And will fans? Because we talked about the evil empire. It used to be the Yankees. People looked at the evil empire. Do the Yankees need to get back in the mix of going out? Because when Steinbrenner, the father, ran the team, money was not an option. Like whatever he wanted, he got.
Sure.
Hal is different, and I'm not saying he hasn't paid because he paid Judge, an older player, a lot of money. He did, which was at the time.
I mean, even what they're paying Cody Bellinger these first couple years is crazy.
And he offered Soto the same amount of money, just 1 year different. But he made that offer that he was going to pay way more than Judge, who's the face of the Yankees.
Was willing to do it.
He was willing to do
it. Heard what the fans
right?
wanted.
Like he did. The offer was there. It was 1 year different. And I know the other part was, Soto wanted a free suite, and the Yankees don't play that. Homie don't play that. The Yankees don't play that.
They're like, nah.
They're like, dude,
that's where we draw the line.
We're giving you all this money.
Judge got to pay for his suite.
Jeter paid for his.
Jeter's family paid for their suite, so you got to pay for the suite too. Do they need to get back to being the evil empire? They need to get back to being the evil empire as far as the attitude, not being nice guys. And Judge is the face of the team, and he's a nice guy. He's a gentle giant. He's a teddy bear. Like, you mentioned Darryl Strawberry. Darryl Strawberry is coming through punching somebody in the head saying we're the New York Yankees. Like, there's got to be that mystique like old Yankee Stadium had. You're coming in there, you're not leaving alive. You're coming in there, you can't win in there. It doesn't have that feel. They're spending money. They got the third highest payroll in baseball. They're spending money. Max Fried gets a lot of money. Rodon gets a lot of money.
So it's not like they're cheap. It's just that it doesn't seem to feel the same way.
What they do is they stop themselves, right? They could have got Yamamoto. They didn't want to bid any higher. Right? They could have got Juan Soto. They stopped the bidding. They said
they could have just said we'll match the years, and that probably would have been.
They stopped bidding.
And to be honest, and you know this as a dyed in the wool Yankee fan, the Bronx was perfect for him with the Dominican crowd. You know what I'm talking about.
You ain't got to tell me. I never heard anybody get a louder roll call than Juan Soto. Juan Soto,
and he had an awesome first year with the Yankees there. I mean. The Yankees haven't been in the World Series since 2009. He helped them get there.
And he hit the home run to send us there. I had a tear in my eye. We back.
I bet you did. That was some home run in Cleveland.
Oh, what an at bat against Gaddis. He knew he had him the whole time. And when that ball went out, I'm like, yo, we're going back to the World Series. But, good for Juan Soto. He got his money with Queens and the Mets. They had a good showing today. The Yankees are another team that could challenge the Dodgers. I hope that the Padres do kind of go toe-to-toe with them in their division. I hope somebody challenges them. I mean, last year they made quick work of the Phillies, the Brewers on their way to the World Series. Somebody's got to get in their way. And the way baseball is, before they won back-to-back, like the Texas Rangers emerged, right? And it was the Rangers Diamondbacks. Like, baseball is random like that.
The Kansas City Royals have won a World Series.
We're due for a random team to get hot at the right time in this tournament that's expanded with, extra wild card round and actually get to the Fall Classic and win this year.
All right, here we go. Are you rooting against the Dodgers to three-peat? I mean, 877-99 on Fox. And do the Yankees need to get back to being their evil empire roots? Do they need to do that? We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is 877-99 on Fox. It is The Odd Couple. Rob Parker and Keith McPherson filling in for Kelvin Washington right here on Fox Sports Radio. where we deliver insight, not noise. Stick and stay.
Unless you hate dynasties in the US of A.
There you go. Every sports season is built on preparation, studying the trends and making the necessary adjustments. That's right, to reach the ultimate goal. Investing deserves the same approach. With Webull, you have access to real-time market data, advanced tools, and the intuitive app designed to help you make informed decisions, whether you're actively trading stocks, options, ETFs, and more, or planning the long term for you and your family with IRAs, cash management, or custodial accounts for your children. Webull gives you the tools to invest your way, all in one platform. Looking to take your preparation to the next level? Check out Webull learning resources and join in their app community feed to discuss investing trends and happenings alongside 25 million users globally. And now, help streamline your trading activities and elevate your strategy by trying Vega, Webull's personal market AI assistant that can give you real-time analysis, watch list insights, and alerts when earnings drop. So get your financial portfolio game ready by downloading the Webull app today or visiting Webull.com.
Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/disclosures.
So the Lakers have won 9 of 10, 6 straight, and currently sit third in the West. And that game last night, was a big one because now they sit full game and a half ahead of Houston. They're sitting third in the West. So question becomes, do you buy the Lakers, Rob? Are you in? Are you saying, you know what? They got a little formula going. LeBron has been vocal about he doesn't mind taking a step back, whatever it takes for the team to win, and obviously 9-1. They got some good wins in it too. Denver, Houston, a few other good wins as well. So you in?
I'm out. If you ask me if the Lakers were bologna or filet, I'm going with bologna.
Do you want to spell that?
Bolononga. Is that it? How we spell it?
I don't know. You said that one so fast. I mean,
BLON. No, here's my issue. Regular season is not postseason. Mm-hmm. Getting stops, playing defense. I was listening to a lot of NBA analysts, and they were saying what they're shocked about, teams not devising a way to go at Luka, you know what I mean, during a stretch, and just, abuse him, right? Like you can do that. And I think in the playoffs, when you have a series and you're seeing somebody, right, 4 out of 7 nights, you'll come up with a plan. And defensively, I don't think they're good enough. And I think that, and I know people thought you could just outscore everybody last year. Everybody thought that they would be the team.
Austin Reeves giving you almost 30 a game. So
okay,
that's
but in the playoffs, he did last year. He didn't. Go back and look at the numbers. He didn't show up in the playoffs. He played poorly. And I'm just saying, the regular season is just different. Like it is. They'll let you get off. They'll let you do your thing for the most part. They're not going to lock down and put all this energy in a regular season games. It's different in the postseason. And I just think those 3 statues out there will not be able to, right, with some of the younger legs and younger players that are in the Western Conference and have a chance to make a run in the postseason. I just don't see them there. And this whole idea, I know it's good. LeBron saying the right thing for right now. Mm-hmm. We'll see. Now they lose 3 in a row, right? Now is LeBron still on board with this? It's good. It's easy to say that now. You've won 6 in a row and 9 out of 10. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What happens when they lose 3 in a row or 3 out of 4 or something? Then all of a sudden, I think there's an issue. That's just where I'm at. I'm not going to. They're good. They have enough talent. The NBA has enough. A lot of weak teams. They have won some good games during the stretch. So I'm not saying they're all pieces of cake. But I'm not like a run to the Western Conference Finals. No, I don't see it.
And that's the conversation that we're having. Meaning, do I think there's 2 or 3 teams in a playoff matchup they can beat the lower teams? I think they could beat Minnesota. I think they could give Houston a run for the money. Yes, I think they're the Phoenix Suns if they make it. Yeah, there's a handful of teams that the Lakers could beat in a round. The problem is, Rob, they picked a bad time to be trying to do this with LeBron, Austin Reeves, and Luka. I look at this, they got to go through potentially a run of like going through the Suns, who are playing pretty, better than we all thought once all the guys left.
Much better.
Yeah, got to give him credit.
Give Devin Booker credit.
Absolutely.
I did not expect
he's looking
that.
like I didn't need him all the way. I got to the finals without him.
They had Bradley Beal.
Yeah, then you bring KD and Bradley Beal, and we stink. Now they're gone. We're back solid. But you got to go through one of these tougher teams early. These lower teams, but are tough. It could be whoever. Minnesota without Anthony Edwards could drop, and you could end up playing them a first round.
Minnesota's a tough one, too.
Right, and that's what I mean. You got to play the Minnesota. But then you might have to go through like a Denver or something. And then you might have to go through the Spurs. Or
Denver,
the
for
Spurs,
whatever reason, has always been a mismatch for the
They match up until the last 5 minutes.
Right.
And Jamal Murray or Jokic wins the game. And I could see that same thing happen where it's a good matchup because it can kind of go bucket for bucket.
And then all of a sudden,
it's just the closer end. But now if you're the Lakers, you're hoping maybe because now you got the better version of Luka that you can close it. But here's a couple of things in their favor. Again, I don't think they're going far. I think the Thunder are winning. The Spurs are right there. I think the winner's going to come out of the West. It'll be Spurs or Thunder, in my opinion.
Oh, I thought the Pistons were winning, no?
No, I didn't say
Okay.
that. I never said that. I like what they're doing, but not right now. Not to win it, no.
Not this year.
Here's a couple of things. They're 20th. We're talking about defense with the Lakers. 20th defensive rating, which isn't, it's bottom third. So that's
20
not
out of 30, right?
That's not gonna cut it. To win a championship, because one thing we often talk about, even those Warrior teams, they were always top 3, number 1 a lot of the times in defensive rating. You usually have to be outstanding defensively. Look at who's number 1 defensively, defensive rating? The Thunder.
Are you into video games, celebrities, or just a good time? The Global Gaming League is a video game league with celebrity-owned teams from T-Pain to Neo, competing in everything from Call of Duty to Tetris. Sign up and join the league now at globalgamingleague.com.
You knew you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, "Thank you for being a friend." Do, 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 do. Hey, you can't go wrong with the theme song to the Golden Girls. It is The Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington here on Fox Sports Radio, a TV theme song Thursday. And also we should tell you to make sure you check in on our YouTube channel. That's right, Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, that's Odd Couple FSR. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and give us the thumbs up icon. You could also comment away about the show. Just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Hey, Keith, people want to jump in on this, no doubt about it. Let's go to Jay in Montana. Let's start there. You're on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jay?
Good afternoon, good evening, gentlemen. Listen, I got to put down my little baby violins after listening to this is blasphemous. I mean, he knows. Gary Sheffield was a great Dodger. And to hear him say these blasphemous, what I heard was from the Yankees of all teams.
No, wait a minute. That was his son. I want you to make sure you didn't mishear that. Gary Sheffield Jr.
He's got to honor the name a little. He's talking smack. He's basically saying the Dodgers are better managed. But of all teams, coming from the Yankees, Yeah, I could see if it's a mid-market team, the Twins or the Royals, they have a better connection to Japan. Well, like maybe they developed it. It was the same thing with the Latin players. They were the first in on that market. They found Fernando. They do deferred deals. It's a free country. Other teams could do deferred deals.
No, you're right.
Jay, but everybody can't do what the Dodgers do.
Jay, you're right.
I hear you.
You're right, but I don't know if everybody's going to take Kansas City's deferred money. Do you know what I mean?
Sunny California, closer flight to Japan, and you get to play with superstars. They have the most attendance in baseball. The Dodgers, every night
they sell 4 million tickets a year.
Every night the place is packed. It's a different kind of thing. Can't beat them, join them. That you literally had Blake Snell and Tyler Glass now talking about, hey, we lost to them with the Tampa Bay Rays. And we couldn't wait to come over here. So everybody can't do that.
No doubt. Andrew in Bakersfield, California. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Andrew?
What's up, guys? Hey, Keith, welcome to the show. I have to say, your last name should be Simpson because you are a homer. Come on.
Of course I'm a homer.
He's a Yankee guy.
We're in New York.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're right.
All right, so I'm a Dodger guy, and I'd say that the old Yankees were the evil empire because they were buying players just because they were good, and Dodgers, it feels different. It's more homegrown. You have Corey Seager. You got Justin Turner with a red beard on third. You got Max Muncy. Yeah, it feels different, and you can poll your listeners.
Corey Seager is on the Rangers.
Right. I mean, what team were you talking about?
Originally, I'm saying through the
that
years.
was years ago. Corey Seager won with the Rangers in 2023. That was a long time ago.
When you look at the Dodgers, though, it's Mookie came from Boston. It's Shohei from the Angels. Right. Like
Freddie from the Braves.
It's how they got there was more honest, I believe.
No, it wasn't. There's nothing honest about joining the super team. It's nothing honest about, hey, we're going to give you more money than everybody, but we're going to defer. We're going to kick the can down the road. Come play with the unicorn. Come play with Ohtani.
Thank you, Andrew. We appreciate that. Love
Corey
the pushback.
Seager? I'll give you Max Muncy, but Corey Seager?
Frank in Virginia, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Frank?
All right, fellas. Thanks for taking the call. Good to talk to you.
No doubt.
Listen, some of the other callers stole my thunder, but I'm a longtime Dodgers fan. I began rooting for the Dodgers in 1953. My dad was a Dodgers fan primarily because of Jackie Robinson.
Everybody, hey, let me say this. Everybody who was black in America were Dodger fans when Jackie Robinson, of course, broke the color barrier. Everybody in America.
Understood.
Right. So that's how I kind of got into the Dodger fandom. But as some of the other callers have preceded me and mentioned, every team, including the Yankees, had opportunities. Well, I shouldn't say every team, but the ones like the Yankees, who, by the way, also have their own television network, too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
They do.
The Yes Network, yeah.
But it's not the same structure as far as like the revenue split with Major League Baseball. Right. They own it, but they still got to give it up.
Yeah.
Certainly, they're not the little sisters of the poor. They're not hurting for.
No. The Yankees.
They're the most valuable franchise in the sport.
Yep.
So they, along with other teams who are in a similar financial circumstance, could do the same thing that the Dodgers are doing. The Dodgers front office is just better. That's the bottom line. They know how to work the system, and they just do it better than everybody else.
And you know what, Frank? It's hard to argue with that because right now they're head and shoulders above the rest. And it helps when you have unlimited money. But thanks for the call, Frank. Appreciate it. Let's squeeze one more in. Andre calling from the Commonwealth. That's right, from Massachusetts. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for taking the call. Listen, I got no problem that prosperity has made its way out west, and the Dodgers of late have been stacking championships, thinking that they're title town, which we used to have here in the Commonwealth in Boston, winning the championships, particularly with the Celtics. They gave away Drew Holiday. That's a different story. But I got no problem that they've been prosperous and they've been winning. I don't think the Yankees are that far behind. They're winning they're stacking up wins in the regular season. They just haven't put it together when it matters most. They haven't had that postseason success like the Dodgers, who have been in a couple battles right before they had this good run. Might have been some things going on when they faced Houston that shouldn't have been going on, right? But they had the heartbreak, and now they've figured out they got a system. Obviously, they got Shohei in there, and it's rolling. So I think it's good. You need stars, and that they become villains for other markets. So the Dodgers now have it going. Loved in L.A. Everywhere else they're reviled. But I think that adds, and people want to see that. But back to the Yankees. Are we little sisters of the poor here in the Big Apple? Okay, richest city in the world. Forget about it. Okay, put together some wins in the postseason. Dethrone the Dodgers. All right, and all will be well. Thanks for taking the call.
You got
Appreciate it.
Nobody's saying they're little sisters of the poor, but the weather in LA is better. The team is stacked better. They defer all that money over there. Like I said, attendance, the loophole that they have with their TV deal, the grass is greener over there. There are some guys that don't want to play in New York. The fans are tougher. They get booed here. They boo Aaron Judge. Listen, the Yankees aren't far behind. What I am saying is, it is not good for baseball if the Dodgers win a third World Series in a row and we lock out. Fans are going to say, well, what'd you expect to happen? They get everybody. It wasn't like that with the Yankees winning. Like, baseball profited off of more Yankee fans being born across the globe and that interlocking NY being a popular brand and hat and the core four getting it done and a couple players that they bought. The way that the Dodgers are doing it, it is just not natural. It is just not right. And there are jealous owners and jealous fan bases. And I'm telling you, if they win this third one and we lock out, it's going to be a conversation about how do we level the playing field with LA.
All right, coming up, is there a WBC curse going on? We need to get to that. But first, let's get you caught up with Monty Bolaños here on... Monty Bolaños here on Fox Sports. Go ahead, Keith. Say it. Monty Bolaños.
Monty Bolaños.
Monty Bolaños.
Monty. I said Monty.
That's Monty. All right. That's fine. Guys, this Sweet 16 action has me at the edge of my seat. And it has nothing to do with my Survivor pick, okay? It just has to do with this game between 11-seed Texas and 2-seed Purdue. Coming down to the final seconds, they are tied. And it looks... Did he tip that in? Guys, it looks like the Boilermakers just had a tip in, and they took the lead. Texas with the Hail Mary. The Boilermakers have survived, you guys, and I mean survived. They missed so many free throws in the final 5 minutes. Texas got an and one to tie the game, leaving 11 seconds on the clock. Purdue takes the ball down, misses the shot, but gets a tip in, and that is how they survive. Purdue is moving on. They are still dancing. They are headed to the Elite Eight. Who else is still dancing? Iowa. That's right. 9-seed Iowa just took down 4-seed Nebraska, 77-71. The Hawkeyes are still dancing. Shout out to Iowa Sam. I'm sure he is screaming his lungs out right now watching that one. Still 2 more games when it comes to the Sweet 16. 4-seed Arkansas, 1-seed Arizona. That's going to tip off in about 25 minutes. And then 3-seed Illinois and 2-seed Houston is going to tip off in about 35 minutes or so. Other NCAA news, UConn assistant Luke Murray, who is the son of actor Bill Murray, he is going to be the new men's basketball coach at Boston College. Also, LSU fired men's basketball coach Matt McMahon, and they're hiring NC State's Will Wade, who used to coach previously at LSU. Also, Duke guard Caleb Foster is considered a game-time decision for tomorrow's Sweet 16 matchup against St. John's. All right, when it comes to baseball, it is opening day. Diamondbacks on the scoreboard first. Geraldo Perdomo with a 2-run shot, so they lead the Dodgers 2-0. It is the bottom of the 4th inning. The Mets started things off today on opening day, defeating the Pirates, though, 11-7. Brewers over the White Sox 14-2. Nationals outscored the Cubs 10-4. The Orioles edged the Twins 2-1. The Red Sox shut out the Reds 3-0. Angels blanked the Astros 3-0. Tigers took down the Padres in San Diego 8-2. Phillies over the Rangers 5-3. And the Cardinals, who were down 6 runs, scored 8 runs in the 8th inning, came back to defeat the Rays 9-7. In the NBA, 3 games, but they've all wrapped up. Con Knippel had 26 points and 11 rebounds as the Hornets defeated the Knicks 114-103. Jalen Duren had 30 points and 10 rebounds, and the Pistons outscored the Pelicans 129-108. And Paolo Banchero had 30 points as the Magic outscored the Kings 121-117. Back to you guys.
All right, Monty, thank you.
Jess,
appreciate it. Have a great night.
You
thank
too.
you very much. Yeah. It is Monty. Yeah, it is the Odd Couple on the TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson, in for Kelvin Washington. Keith and I will be back tomorrow here from New York as well. Kelvin joins us back on Monday here on the show. So a lot going on the next couple of days. But first, let's get here, Keith, and talk about the WBC. Rob G., maybe you can name some players who are not off to a good start after playing in the WBC.
Yeah, one of them, no bigger name than three-time MLB Bro of the Year, Aaron Judge, had himself, even though the Yankees won pretty easily, Golden Sombrero night, 4 strikeouts for the Yankee slugger. But he wasn't the only WBC Team USA member to struggle. You guys talked about it as well. Paul Skeens, arguably the greatest pitcher in baseball right now, had himself a day. Now, not all of it was his fault. There was some fielding errors, but last I checked, his ERA after one start is in the 60s, guys. So rough start for him. And last but not least, going back to that Yankees game, from the San Francisco Giants, Logan Webb had a huge year, 15 wins last year, led the majors in innings pitched. Kind of got lit up there. Second inning alone, first time he allowed 5 runs in innings since 2023, and the first time he'd ever allowed 5 runs, period, at home. So 3 guys, all Team USA, WBC players, all came out the gates struggling.
And Keith, who are you adding? One more guy? Who?
Bryce.
And Bryce tonight also, Rob G. What do you have,
0 for
Keith?
4. And 2 strikeouts. I'm looking through everybody else. You know who had a good day? Tarek Skubal, because he said, I can't pitch in the final. I'm done. Tarek Skubal looked good. So my question to you, Keith, though, is if you're management, ownership going forward, do you go like, I don't know if I want my guy pitching in the WBC or playing if they're going to be off to a bad start? Like a lot of guys won't partake in the home run derby because you don't want to mess their swing up, even though, some guys have had no problem with it. It is a real conversation that's going to be had, and I do believe when we lock out December 1st and they have the new CBA agreement, they're going to talk about moving this tournament to July. They're going to talk about making this 2-week run part of the All-Star break.
Not All-Star break, but not take away the All-Star game. I don't want to hear that.
Still should have the All-Star game, but they're going to have to. It's going to be one or the other. You can't have the All-Star game, home run derby.
What? Yes, you can.
And then have a whole tournament. It's the same guys.
I'm sorry.
It's Tatis. It's Soto. It's Judge.
Don't take away my All-Star game. I
love the All-Star game. I go to as many of them as I can. And
the Derby's a big time. People watch the Derby, unlike the dunk contest.
It'll be on Netflix too.
Yeah, they have it.
But this is what I feel. I feel like this is the last one, especially for 2 reasons. It just peaked in viewership. 10.8 million people watched the final. That's more than the NBA finals. And then Mark DeRosa came out and said, hey, we had restrictions. If people only knew, like Mason Miller, I couldn't go to him. The Padres didn't want us to. Like, they want to be able to use these guys with no restrictions, fully ramped up. And that's the thing. This is in reverse. You are putting these guys in a high-stakes, high-leverage situation, and they just started getting going. I don't care if they were working out in January, February, whatever. They're just starting to get their pitches up, their swings up, and I definitely think it's throwing some guys off, at least for one game. We can look at a small sample size of guys that played and say, those guys aren't as locked in as we expected them to be, but they just had to play in a high-stakes postseason type environment.
Yeah, I think they'll look at it, but ultimately it's not going to stop the Stars from playing. Like, I get it. A handful of guys, right, just got off. It's just one game. If Judge hits 2 home runs tomorrow, will people say it was a WBC?
No. Okay. That's what I say. It's one game.
It's one game. So it would
Roman Anthony, I just looked at. Roman Anthony leading off for the Red Sox, had 3 hits. He was fine.
He was fine in the WBC, and he was fine, right, for the first game of the year for the Red Sox. He's a stud, man. That dude is already, they love him in Boston.
And if O'Neal Cruz can catch the ball, Paul Skeens might have got out of that first inning.
And do you remember Anthony had one of the worst errors? Do you remember the ball that went through his legs in the outfield?
They were,
was that his first game?
Yeah, they were hard on him out there in right field.
In Boston. Well, come on, man. You can't miss that ball if you remember. I remember watching that going, my God, can you imagine starting your career with a ball going through your legs?
He made up for it.
Oh, no. He's the stud.
He smoked the ball in Yankee Stadium. I was right behind home plate. He hit one that just ended the game. I went home. I just left after that. He's going to be a dog. But I'll say this. the World Baseball Classic is a good thing. If you love baseball, it was fun. It was a good tournament. Shout out to the Venezuelan team, them winning it. But Major League Baseball now knows they have something. 20 years it took for this to build up, and they're going to try and...
So now my biggest question would be, and I agree with you, in the 20 years, but are you going to be fully committed to it?
In 3 years?
And let people just play, right? Not the restrictions. I still don't. I get,
no, because the business is business, right? You need them for this 162 and trying to get to the World Series. But here's my only
question about D-Row. I'm asking. If Mason Miller's going to pitch to close out the game, pitch one inning, or what? Right? Why can't he? What do
I guess he gave the Padres his word that they would only use him in a situation where they had the lead.
But if you're pitching for 3,
I know it doesn't make sense to me.
What's the difference if I hold them, right?
Use your best.
Hold them in the top of the ninth, and then we win it in the bottom of the ninth.
Use your best.
They do it all the time. Closers will pitch the ninth without the lead.
And he was mad. They put that silver medal on him. He took it right off. He wanted to compete.
He was like, "What is this?" Like
he wanted to compete. He wanted to be in that game.
Who
and
was
they had
the other one? Was it
It was Garrett Whitlock who they used.
But I'm saying, who was the other guy who took his medal off right away? Was it Schwarber?
Kyle Schwarber.
They both were like,
yeah, because I mean, you're on American soil with USA across your chest. You lose in the final back-to-back World Baseball Classics. It's not a good look. It's not a good look.
No, not at all. Man, it's going to be an interesting baseball season, and there's some added juice, and everybody knows I'm a baseball fanatic. And make sure you check out my podcast, Inside the Parker. Drops the audio version drops every Thursday. The YouTube version drops every Friday. If you want to watch the podcast. What about you? What do you have as far as live streams or podcasts?
I would say right now I am
live stream.
I am live streaming on YouTube, building my YouTube channel, and I am in the early stages of launching what I want to launch. But I gotta zip the lip.
Right. You're not there yet.
If I got something to promote, I'm gonna promote it. Like you'll see me promote when I'm on this show. This is my 3rd episode on The Odd Couple. Will be on tomorrow, and I got some stuff in the works. But I just know loose lips sink ships. And I'm blessed to have a lot of opportunities, whether it's here or WFAN. And with the baseball season, me being a Yankee guy, like things are about to start popping up. So what I always tell folks is follow me at Keith McPherson on social media, wherever you use social media. And you'll see I do a lot of work. I work hard and I don't waste a day. So, yeah, we'll see each other soon.
No doubt. We'll see each other tomorrow, matter of fact. All right. It's last call time here on The Odd Couple. 877-99 on Fox. If you weren't able to get in on the program, I can't believe the show's over already. Holla at us. That's right, holla. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. It is The Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
For the greatest segment in the United States.
Yeah, it's a bad day for us Piston fans right now. Detroit basketball is down in a big way. Cade Cunningham officially diagnosed with a collapsed lung, expected to miss an extended period of time. They didn't say initially how long he's going to miss. Later reports confirmed it's going to be a minimum of 2 weeks. So even though Detroit is atop the Eastern Conference, they're currently winning against Washington. It's going to be tough to close the season without your best player, your only playmaker. And as a sidebar, unless he comes back at exactly 2 weeks, there is a very, very good chance that he will not be eligible for any postseason awards. This was a guy who was an MVP candidate as recently as 2 weeks ago. Seemed like a shoo-in for first-team All-NBA. And now he could be left out of the cold completely.
And rightfully so. If you don't play enough games, and it's not has anything to do with Cade Cunningham, and he's had a tremendous season. But that's just the rules, and it makes sense. It's always been, I talk about it all the time, you don't qualify in Major League Baseball if you don't have 3.1 per plate appearances. right? Yeah, that's what you need for 162 games. If you don't get that, you don't qualify. It's just that simple. Somebody could play 100 games in baseball, hit 400. They're not winning the batting title. They won't have enough at-bats. So the same thing when it goes to Cade and other players involved in this. But my biggest story, I think, and I know people are a little worked up about that he's not going to be up for awards. But I think if I was a Pistons fan, woke up and saw that news, the season's over for the Detroit Pistons. You could discount it, poo-poo it, try to make it not be so, and, he's going to be reevaluated in 2 weeks. He's not going to be ready to play in 2 weeks. Reevaluated. Then it's going to take you about a week or so to get revved up to play. So you're in a situation where you're going to be without him. Mark my words, the Celtics will catch the Pistons. The Celtics will catch the Pistons, win the Eastern Conference, and this will be the beginning of what looked like a beautiful season for the Pistons. But as you look at it, he's the guy, the creator, the guy who can score for them. The outside shooting, the three-point shooting, abysmal. I'm sorry. It's Cade and nobody for the most part. It's Cade. He's the stirrer. He's the drink stirrer. Cade Cunningham. And to act like a collapsed lung is like a sprained ankle and he'll be all right and he'll be right back in there. It ain't that. It's a little tricky. Are there broken ribs with that collapsed lung? He could have broken ribs in there.
He took for those who didn't see what happened. Yeah, he took like a knee to his lower left side.
But like usually that's
something
where the
punctured it or something.
Something punctured it, so there could be 1 or 2 broken ribs in there. I like the 4 ribs at Grouse, but not when it comes to Cade Cunningham and the Pistons playoff.
You only getting 4?
That's all. 4 for $5. 4 bones. That's okay.
No, the deal is good, but I'll be hungry.
$5.
I guess that's why you get that in the thigh, and then that makes sense.
It's just a snack. All right, but I'm convinced.
But Rob, you weren't convinced they were going to do anything in the first place. So this ain't a new revelation for you.
That the season's over. I didn't say that.
But I'm saying you didn't. My point is, what did you think they were going to do anyway?
Go to the second round, win an easy first round matchup, and
so they're not going to win a first round. You're saying?
I'm not convinced. Not with that. Not with that team.
Matchups matter.
Yeah, who are they playing? And then no Cade. If Cade's not playing, I'm not convinced.
I expect him to play in the playoffs. We got
what Cade are you getting in the playoffs?
As long as I get,
you got broken barbecue ribs.
Yeah, well, listen. As long as he got us, that's why we keep a spare. Ain't there such thing as a spare rib? We keep a spare rib around here, Rob. Dang it, we're going to bandage him up. We're going to give him some little holistic medicine. We're going to call Alex, give him some beat-it-up juice or whatever you call it, and he'll be all right. No, a couple of things. One, obviously it sucks. But let me offer a silver lining or the way to find maybe a blessing in disguise. You, even I, which is why I haven't said they're going to the NBA Finals, no, they need somebody who can take it to the next level. Jalen Duren has been amazing. Last game he had, I think it was 36 and 12 on like 75% shooting. He's been great. He's been an all-star. He's been spectacular. But he's not necessarily a guy you dump it down and say, give me a bucket. He can. And to his credit, he takes full advantage of teams who don't have the size and the strength that he has. I love to see kind of a throwback doing that. But you do need a bucket getter from the outside. And I'm wondering if I'm the Pistons to say, nobody wants our best player to have a punctured lung. Are you kidding me? Sounds awful. But can we, for the next 2 to 3 weeks, find some more offense, find some better sets, find some better ways to get guys shots, find some better looks for people? Does a guy step into a role that we say, we know he was solid, but dang, he actually really can produce or create for us, and now all of a sudden you got something that you can become an additive or an addition as you get into postseason. I mean,
but the only issue I have with logic is that you don't know what Cade is coming back, or you don't know to what degree.
So history. So only going by based off what we know. So typically they say somebody's out when they've had this happen, 3.5 weeks has kind of been the average that someone is out with a punctured or collapsed lung. 3.5 weeks. So for them, that would lead them kind of walking right into the postseason.
Professional wrestling fans, the action continues every week. TNA Thursday Night Impact every week. Don't miss the adrenaline, the drama, and the total nonstop action as you watch your favorite TNA wrestling stars. For showtimes and more information, visit TNAWrestling.com.
Sometimes you gotta where everybody knows your name. Hey, Keith, this is the way you end a TV theme song Thursday here on The Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson. Where people all the same. Where everybody knows your name. Where people are all the same. Where everybody knows your name. This is one of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
It's the greatest way to end a TV theme song.
And they were drinking
Thursday.
with dinner. They were having drinks with their dinner over there.
Oh, no doubt about it. It was a totally different scenario with Cheers. Wasn't one of my favorite shows, but it was a really good show. I love, you know what I mean? Like
I never saw an episode. I'm not gonna lie. I know of it. I know everybody knows that song. It's a feel good song.
Yeah.
I never seen an episode.
What kind of shows do you like? I'm just curious. Like you told me, like anime, cartoons.
For the last 4,
Alex, this is your partner.
For the last 4 years on WFAN, people would bring up like streaming shows and movies. You know this movie, and I could never reference anything. And I'm like, I kid you not. Since I was a kid, I watch whatever live sports are on the TV.
So live sports, but there were times when. Were you in the anime or you weren't?
I watched Dragon Ball Z. I remember the first time we played the Dragon Ball Z one, but I grew out of that by the time I was like 12, 13. And then like I played sports growing up.
So you were just always.
So I was always watching. Yo, what basketball game on? What football game on? What baseball game? And I watch live sport even to this day. The only thing that can keep my attention is live sports. My wife laughs. She put on some reality TV show where they're dating and they don't know each other's ages. And within the first 5 minutes, I was like,
right, you were done.
And she was laughing. She's like, you can't even watch this with me. I'm like, it doesn't hold my attention.
Right, I'm not into it.
Turn on hoops.
Crazy. All right, hey, so Rob G, in the Netflix broadcast where Barry Bonds was one of their analysts in studio, he dropped out a little nugget during the telecast.
I got to tell you a story because George isn't here anymore, so I can tell the truth, right?
All right, George.
Right? He ain't here. Well, I would have been the Yankees, but Steinbrenner got on the phone and they called us and they told me, Barry, we're going to give you the money, the highest paid player at that time, but you have to sign the contract by 2 o'clock this afternoon. And I said, excuse me? And I just hung the phone up.
Wow.
What do you make of that?
The thing is, I watch live sports. That wasn't new to me. He told that story before. He was on the K-Rod cast with Michael Kay and Alex Rodriguez, and he revealed that story, I think, a year or two ago. And then people made clips of it and reacted to it and made reaction videos, and people talked about it on their podcast. Like, here's another hit, Barry Bonds. That's not a new hit. But I bet you somebody at Netflix was like, oh.
That was a new nugget. I don't remember hearing it on there, but you watch all things Yankees.
Yeah,
so
that wasn't new. We heard that
wasn't
one.
New. You had heard that
we
before.
heard that one.
I don't know. I don't see him as a Yankee. I'm not, for whatever reason. I didn't. You know what I mean? And I don't know if George Steinbrenner says you're going to be the highest paid player, you're offended that he's going to make you the highest paid player and he wants an answer from you?
His head is the size of candlestick of
but do
Oracle
you get me?
No, he said,
no, I'm just asking, like, okay, somebody calls you up and says, hey, we're going to make you the highest paid sports talk show host in the country, but I need you to sign this contract in 2 hours.
He had a lunch date. He wanted to go eat.
You
don't tell me.
I'm asking you, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm not hanging up the phone. I'm seeing that through.
Okay, what's
Barry
the number?
Bonds.
Yeah, no, I get it. But
by 2 p.m.?
What does it
Eastern
matter?
Standard Time?
What does it matter? It could be
Pacific
right now.
Time?
Sign your name on a napkin. We're having lunch. But sign your name on a napkin.
I'm about my business. I'm about my money. I'm seeing that call through. But Barry Bonds knew he was good. He knew he was good. He was like, listen, you don't tell me what time. You're on my time, George.
George Steinbrenner at that time was the guy. You know that. All great. I got my own great.
Wasn't meant to be. Wasn't meant to be.
No, I agree with that. And the way that team was set up, it was good the way it was done. And I don't think they needed Bonds.
He was supposed to go to be a San Francisco Giant.
Yep.
Pops, Willie Mays, and add to their lore. And yeah, everything happens how it's supposed to.
I 100% agree with that. All right, so tomorrow we got another big show live from New York. And it was great to actually be in the studio with you. We've never done a show together in studio in person. So we'll run it back tomorrow. How's that?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to it. Go get you some good rest.
Yeah,
I'll try and do the same.
Nope.
And we'll rock again. The Odd Couple, man. Appreciate y'all.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?